evening, everyone, and welcome to Wilson Field on the campus of Chapman University here in Southern California. Tonight, the lights are bright, and we've got a SoCal showdown in the SCIAC as the Chapman Panthers take on the CMS Stags. Grateful to have you with us up here in the commentators booth. Lucas Patton here alongside Ethan Swessinger. And Ethan, talk to me. CMS in the past, it's been a rival school for the Chapman Panthers. How are they going to deal with that opponent today?
Yeah, CMS is 3-3 overall, 1-3 in SCIAC play. However, every single game they have played has been decided by one score or less. And last game versus Laverne, they kind of ignited their running game. So will they be able to continue that momentum into this week? Or will the Chapman defense snuff that torch?
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting. With a little bit more information down there on the sidelines, our very own Tyron Martin. Tyron, take it away.
Yeah, this will be a really interesting game tonight. Chapman actually has a few key players out right now. They have Gavin Scott and Emilio Pucci, but they really have some players coming back. They have Brendan Manzano coming back after a knee injury and Blaine Anderson making his debut tonight. But Coach Sweeney is really trying to put an emphasis on getting those younger players out and really helping them to gain confidence on the field. And Coach Shine is really trying to put an emphasis on his O-line, especially after that Cal Lutheran game, winning 35-25. So he's really just trying to keep morale high. So it'll be interesting to see how this game turns out tonight. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, Tyron. I'm sure we'll hear from you a little bit later on in the game. But Ethan, back to this game. Obviously, the stakes for the Chapman Panthers, they're in a very comfortable position in the SCIAC, and on paper, it seems that the Chapman Panthers are going to have the win.
The Chapman offense is firing on all cylinders. They are averaging almost 30 points per game, 375 yards rushing, yards total, and have nearly doubled the amount of touchdowns of CMS. This offense is dangerous.
Yeah, obviously, coming into the season, there was a big question on the offense. Obviously, new quarterback with Tyler Pacheco coming in. And obviously, last year he was more of a gadget. He was played wide receiver, but moved to the quarterback position. And so far, it's worked out very well, as you mentioned. Almost 30 points per game. So he's been absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, in just a brief moment, we'll take a look at some of the key players for this game. And we'll start off with CMS. Their star linebacker, George Kruger, has been an absolute demolitionist of a player.
You are exactly right. He is an absolute tackling machine. He is a sideline-to-sideline player with an endless motor. He leads the SCIAC with 70 tackles. The next closest person is 20 tackles behind him. He is a monster, and the Panthers will have to know where he is at all times because he will ruin the game for them.
Yeah, George Kruger, obviously last week, D3 Player of the Week. He was on that squad, which was elected. But then now moving on to the offense, the star player for this Chapman side, as I mentioned beforehand, Tyler Pacheco, the quarterback for these Panthers side. He's been amazing settling into that quarterback room.
Yeah, he is a true dual threat quarterback. He is tied for first in the SCIAC in rush yards a game and the reigning SCIAC Offensive Player of the Week. This offense is Tyler Pacheco. If he is rolling, and his efficiency the last 3 games has significantly improved them. Over the first 3 games, he only completed about 44% of his passes. The last 3, 65%. That is a 21% increase. And as long as he is firing on all cylinders, this Chapman offense will be in a good position to win.
Yeah, well, a big one for this game, CMS's star quarterback, Robert Litcher. He's been extremely well this season, leads in passing yards at quarterback, but he's not playing this game. Not
only passing yards, passing touchdowns and yards per game. He is the motor behind this offense. Although at times he has struggled with inefficiencies, although he leads in passing yards and passing touchdowns, he is last in completion percentage. And 3 of the last 4 games is under 50%. He's thrown 4 picks throughout that time too. So it'll be interesting to see how CMS can play without him and what they decide to do.
Yeah, another injury now on the Chapman's front. The star outside linebacker, Tate Zimmerman, this a big blow. Ethan leads the SCIAC in tackles for losses, 2 sacks, and had a game-winning interception against Cal Lutheran last week.
Yeah, he's a dog. He does everything that this Chapman defense needs. He can stop the run, he can stop the pass, and he is someone that they're going to miss, but there will be players who can step up.
Yeah, well, all very well said, Ethan. We'll be right back after this short ad break.
shot, still missed us. I will never give up. If I bleed it out, I'm gonna stitch up. 10 points down, never switched up. Took your best shot, still missed us. 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 And I swear I put my life on it. Can't believe fruit grew from the stripe of it. Neck used to have a knife on it. Looking in the mirror and I got that ice on it. And it's iconic, and it's ironic. I'm getting paid just to put together phonics. Had to keep my focus, had to counter focus. Dreamed about this moment even when I felt the lowest. Now I'm making waves, yeah, I feel like roses. Heat turned up with all the static codes. You ain't gotta love me, but you gonna notice. 10 toes down, you can keep the roses.
And welcome back here to Wilson Field, where we're going to go down to watch the coin toss. Obviously, in this game, it's going to be real important, Ethan, to see who gets the first coin toss because of how aggressive CMS likes to play their style of football.
100%. You said it exactly. CMS will test you. They will throw the ball deep. They have 4 receivers that have catches over 50 yards this year.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is down there on the field.
Gentlemen, good evening. My name is Michael Frayne, your referee. This is Dom Granado, your umpire. On behalf of the SCCFOA and the Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, we'd like to welcome you to Orange, California. This is week 9 of the college football season. For our coin toss tonight, we'll use the SCIAC coin. The football logo is heads. The conference logo is tails. Claremont, you're the visiting team. What's the call? Tails. Tails has been called. We're looking for the conference logo. It's heads. Chapman, you've won the toss. Chapman has won the toss. They will receive to start the game. Gentlemen, good luck. Let's play some football.
All right, Chapman winning that one, and they're going to be over the moon with winning that one. Obviously, playing against CMS, school rival. You can hear the music behind me, Ethan. It's going to be electric in this game, especially against the Claremont Mudscripts.
It's going to be a great game, and I think Chapman will start off very quickly.
Chapman will start this game receiving. Obviously, they want to start the game receiving. Last game, when they played at home with Redlands, on the first drive, they got a touchdown with that Russian by Tyler Pacheco. So they're, I'm sure, excited to repeat that one as J.J. Casey gets ready to return this one. Typically, the backup returner, he's standing back there alongside teammate. It's going to be real interesting to see how they elect it. So far in this season, Brendan Manzano has been the star player in returns. He's coming back from injury in this game.
Yeah, Manzano is a fantastic returner, so it'll be interesting to see what these two returners are able to do.
Standing over the kickoff in this instance, Dylan Sherman. Interestingly enough, CMS like to play with 2 kickers. The extra point kicker and punter, Samuel Brewer, takes those, and Dylan Sherman's responsibility is solely kickoff. We'll see what he can do on this one. Ball is up into the air, and with that kick, Chapman will get the game underway, playing at home at Wilson Field. And here comes the run. There's the gap, and he's got some space. Still going. He'll go out of bounds at the 49-yard line. That is exactly what this Chapman team is known to do on the opening kickoff return.
Yeah, it's usually Manzano, but Chapman was able to get to the 50-yard line. This is exactly how you want to start the game. You want to get that momentum on your side.
Yeah, what a huge return to start this game off. We were still kind of getting settled into the game, ready to catch it. You'll see it here on the replay.
That's great vision and also great blocking by the entire kickoff return unit, and they got to be happy with that result.
Happy with that result. We'll see the Panthers set up already quickly. For the 1st and 10, Tyler Pacheco, shotgun snap. Drops back, finds Zimmerman for his first reception of the game. He'll land at around 45-yard line, starting to enter CMS's territory. So for Zimmerman, this a big game. We saw in an interview earlier where he's essentially been with his brother for the entirety of his life, nonetheless, football career, and this one of the few instances where he's not on the field with him.
Yeah.
Sends Zimmerman in motion. Pacheco receives. Rolls out to his left, throws it up, flag is thrown. We'll go down to see what it was. It appeared to be on the side of Chapman's bench, might be a holding. Head referee Michael Frayne will discuss this one.
Illegal shift. Number 2, offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So illegal shift from Zimmerman on that one. Not a great way to start this game, Ethan.
No, and especially after that first play. I love that first play call. Just get a quick ball out, just kind of get your offense rolling. But that sets them back to 2nd and 8 now.
Yeah, Kate Zimmerman shifting illegally on that one, picks it up. It'll be a tough 2nd and 8 now. Fisher-Huss to the right of Pacheco. And Zano at the slot. They'll find him on the screen. He'll advance. He'll pick up a few yards. He'll be short of a 1st down, I believe. Chapman 1st down. So Brennan Manzano able to find the first 1st down of the game on a screen pass. And we attended few of the practices earlier this week, Ethan, and we saw the Panthers playing that quick screen pass or finding the quick slants in to get that ball off quickly, obviously due to how good this CMS D-line is. I'm sure we'll see that throughout the rest of this game. Pacheco sends his man in motion, receives the ball, still holding on to it. He'll go deep. Can Zimmerman get there? Catch from Zimmerman! Touchdown, Panthers! Kate Zimmerman stepping up for the team with the first touchdown on this opening drive.
What a play call. The play action. And there was nothing the safety could do. Cade Zimmerman is sprinting across the field on an over route. He is too fast. He is too good. They had no hope.
We'll see it here.
Look at it here.
We'll see it here, Ethan. I mean, this is 7th touchdown of the year, and the play action worked absolutely perfectly. We'll see a trick play from here. He's running with it, throws it, flag will be thrown. Flag on the play, we'll figure out who that was. The long snapper, Robert Crowell, threw that one. They appear to fake the kickoff team, extra point team, excuse me. They faked it, had the long snapper throw it. We'll see what the decision is from head referee Michael Frayne.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 78, offense. Holding, number 99, defense. Penalties offset. Replay the try.
Well, replay the try. That an interesting one. The Chapman Panthers, with Casey Shannon, going to be happy to get that one back after the trick play went awry.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was just a bad snap, because if it's a bad snap, they'll call fire, and then the tight end and the wing will go out to the corner. So I'm wondering if it was just a miscalculation or a planned 2-point conversion.
Yeah, well, they won't mind on this one. It'll be Carson Nichols to set up for the extra point. Kick is up from Nichols, good. So the 1-for-1 for him on the night. And what a start from this Panthers side with the play action touchdown to Zimmerman.
Yeah, this could not have gone better for Chapman. They had that small little hiccup with the penalty to push it to 2nd and 8, but they responded very well. And if you look right here, look at how Fisher-Huss sells that play action. They have the whole defense running. The camera just doesn't even know where to go, and there we find Zimmerman on that fantastic touchdown play.
Yeah, that is 7th touchdown of the season, but he is having the season of his career this year. Obviously as a senior, but really stepping up to the plate, and especially after the injury of his brother Tate Zimmerman, the outside linebacker. We mentioned that a bit in the pre-show, obviously a bit of a punch to the gut for him, but he steps up already with only 2.5 minutes gone by, already has a touchdown to his name.
He has emerged as the true #1 threat on the outside for this Chapman offense.
With the loss of star receiver Amir Adams last year, there was a lot of questions as to who was going to replace him. And Zimmerman not only has replaced him, but has done it excellently, as the Panthers will get set to kick this one away for the first time of the night. It'll go up, picked up by CMS, and here comes the return. Chapman Panthers get him, and they'll drop him behind the 20-yard line, so an excellent special teams play from them. Just couldn't get a lot on that one, and CMS will take the field at the 28-yard line, 19-yard line, excuse me, after the return from Jake Son.
That's a great job by the Chapman return team. You see how many Panthers are crashing towards the ball. Fantastic.
Yeah, 4 Panthers on him, but they're not too much Jake Son could do, but now it'll be the backup, Peter Boehm's opportunity. After star quarterback Robert Litcher won't play, the LA native, obviously he played a little bit against Chapman last year. It'll be 1st and 10, CMS. Boehm dropping back, finds his big tight end Ramirez. Quick play, quick first down, and good play from the backup quarterback, especially away from home.
That's a great play just to get your quarterback going. Kind of just get the momentum, get him comfortable for the rest of the game.
Roman Ramirez finding that one, the senior from San Diego. It'll be 2nd down with only 2 to go as Peter Boehm sits back there. Has his running back Son to his right. He'll scramble to his right, and he has some green space in front of him. Take it for himself. He's still going. He has some space. Where did this come from? Tackled at around the 45-yard line. Big first down for this CMS team.
Yeah, Peter Boehm, he is 6'4", 200 pounds, but he is mobile. As a senior in high school, he had 48.6 rushing yards a game at Viewpoint. He is someone that the Panthers are going to have to now contain. He's a scrambler.
Yeah, scrambler indeed, although his height very fast. We'll see another angle here. Lucky to not fumble that one. He had a big hit. Once he came down, able to come up with it, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for CMS. Drops back in the pocket, looks right, finds his tight end again, this time Wilson Schwartz. Wilson Schwartz picking up that one.
I think that's his first catch of the year.
First catch of the year, good for him, the graduate student from Westwood. Obviously, both these teams like to find their tight ends, whether it be Chapman Panthers with Jackson Muzzy or CMS with Roman Ramirez. Obviously, Coach Casey Shine for the Panthers used to be the tight ends coach, but for now it'll be CMS on offense. He'll send 2 of his players in motion. Boehm hands it off to Son, who can't get anything, is swallowed at the line. A familiar sight for this Chapman defense, and CMS just not ready for it.
Yeah, that is a true gang tackle right there. You got a ton of Chapman bodies flying at the ball. That's exactly what you want to see from your defense after the long scramble.
Yeah, you'll see the replay there. It was everybody was on him, essentially. Joey Bustos and company just surrounded him and swallowed him at the line. It'll be 3rd and 7 now, and the first real big opportunity for Peter Boehm that he'll have to face in this game. Shotgun snap to Boehm, looks right, tries to find him, just short on that one. Excellent coverage. Nothing that Tyler Chalou could have done. It'll be 4th down, and now they'll see the punt team come out. So a good stop from this Chapman defense to start the game off.
100%. You'll see Chapman send pressure right here. They do a stunt, and the pressure kind of makes Bohm not get it out hard enough. So the ball was short, and now it's 4th down, and it looks like they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, barely able to get out there. Time of possession around 2.5 before they had to bring the punt team out. Big punt to around the 12-yard line. They'll safe call it. The Chapman Panthers will start out after Eugene Miata called the safety on their 11-yard line. So big story in this one. Miata starting as returner instead of Enzano. You'll see him there, the safe call. Nice and easy, right into his hands. And a lot of people look over the fact of returning punts, especially when they have backspin like that, Ethan. Very difficult to bring in sometimes.
100%, and not even like the lights too. You got all these things, and then obviously the other team sprinting towards you. The footsteps, you can hear them.
2 in the backfield for Tyler Pacheco as the snap is elected. Hands it off to Latu, who gets some space but gets picked up with a tackle. That'll be 2nd down now for the Panthers. So this run game, Ethan, has been absolutely excellent so far in the season. Tackle made by Tarius Hamlin, senior interior lineman from Inglewood. But the run game for these Chapman Panthers has been absolutely electric.
Yeah, they have been firing on all cylinders. Latu, Huss, and Pacheco are all great running the ball.
2 in the backfield for Pacheco. Shotgun snap, hands it back off. He'll hold on to it, throws it to Zimmerman, just drops that one.
That right there, that's an RPO. It's a run pass option. So they're giving Pacheco the option to hand the ball off based off what he sees or throw a little check down to Zimmerman, and it just slips through his hands. I don't think I will ever see that happen again. His hands are as sure as anything.
Yeah, early mistake from Zimmerman. It'll lead the Chapman Panthers with a 3rd and 7 inside their own red zone. Stack formation. He'll find him out. Just couldn't get into the hands of Andrew Latu. They try a screen again. Halfback screen to left. It goes awry, and here comes the punt team for the Panthers. First one of the night.
Yeah, I like that play call. I think they were going to get Latu some space with some blockers, but I don't think Latu was able to get his eye fast enough.
No, just couldn't turn his head quick enough. Obviously had Gabe Gengi-Sarkanyov, the defensive lineman, hounding him, number 99 for CMS. Now here comes Carson Nichols punting essentially from his own end zone at around the 1.5-yard line, I believe. Back there to return is Jake Son, the running back. He's been responsible for this one. Punts up, this one's deep. Safe from Son on that one, and a smart call from him. We could see the ball wobbling all over the sky.
Yeah, that's a great punt. He just completely flipped the field position, so I'm sure the special teams will be happy with that play.
Here on the replay, you could see Jake Son just early calling that safety.
You see Robert Crowell hustling down there. A lot of times the long snapper's responsibility is two. It's 1, snap the ball, and 2, run as fast as you can to where it's going.
It'll be back to CMS with a lot to prove after that disappointing first drive. 5 receivers out there for them. 4 to the right. And only 1 to the left, James Ryan. Here comes the pass. It's a screen play. He has some space to pick up, still going with it, shifting around 1, but gets picked up at a tackle, and the Chapman Panthers will corral him after the first down.
A lot of screens we've seen so far, a lot of bubbles. And that's just, you want to get the ball to your playmakers with space and see what they can do.
Yeah, Noah Makapulai picking that one up. And an excellent shiftiness from here. You could see just Panther players flying by him. Eventually gets brought down enough to pick up the 1st and 10. So far it's been pretty steady hands from Peter Bohm in this one. Last year he had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Shotgun snap to Bohm. He'll try to find his tight end again, just drops that one. Excuse me, he's trying to find Tyler Chalou, one of his wide receivers. He'll drop it for a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Chalou had a great block on the last play, so it So he's definitely going to want this catch back. That's definitely a catchable ball and one that he's probably made hundreds of times in practice.
Yeah, cold hands so far from both teams' receivers. First we saw it with Zimmerman, now with Chalou. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for the Scripps. Shotgun snap to Bohm. Has some pressure coming in. Finds his receiver, but it's tipped. And is it intercepted? We'll have to wait for the call. Incomplete pass. So Kevin Cobb almost picking up his 2nd of the season, but they'll deem it incomplete. We'll see it here on the replay.
That was probably the first not great decision that Peter Bohm has made. He had Cooper Nixon in the flat. He just made one more read to the right. That would have been a long gain.
Lucky break for James Ryan on that one. That would have gone down as a dropped pass. And Devin Cobb just a little late to it, not able to pick it up, but for now it'll be 3rd and 10 with Peter Bohm, excuse me. Shotgun snap. Goes deep, he's open all by himself, but a little bit too much on that one. Not able to reach the hands of Noah Makapulai.
Wow, that was nearly a touchdown. Noah Makapulai has a long reception of 68 yards. He has the speed on the outside, and he just got right by Devin Cobb. And they're lucky that this wasn't a touchdown right here.
Yeah, we'll see the look right here. He had Devin Cobb absolutely beat, but for now it'll be a punt. 2nd of the night. Eugene Miata back for the Panthers to return. Ball's played up, kicked away, low drive, lands out around the 22-yard line. It'll bounce all the way back. Goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Excellent punt. Take a bow, young man. What a kick from the punter.
With pressure too, Chapman sent a lot of guys to try and block that kick, and it honestly looks like he kind of he kicked it a little bit not high up. It was line drive, but took a perfect bounce, and they could not have asked for better field position for their defense.
Yeah, excellent punt from Samuel Brewer on that one. The senior from Crown Point. Line drive, bounce outside at the 4-yard line. Those are the type of punts that you want. Obviously, you never want to punt. You never want to turn over possession, but if you have to, that's exactly how you do it. And now the Panthers will be inside their own red zone for the 2nd time this game. Pacheco fakes the handoff. No one's really open. He'll try to run it for himself. Here comes the gap, picks up a few yards, still going, spins, and he'll get knocked down. Still going, lands at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Panthers. The shiftiness of Tyler Pacheco, only to be expected are those type of plays, Ethan.
Yeah, he is insane. Look at the protection. He has so much time, way much more time than he should, and nobody was open. So what does he do? He uses his legs, gets the 1st down, and more.
Somehow he's able to bounce in and out of 5 CMS defenders. We'll see it here again. Gets the ball, does a little spin, trucks one, keeps going, and then after 6 players tackle him, then he goes down. Those are the type of runs that Tyler Pacheco has really developed to have in his play style, especially as a shifty quarterback.
Yeah, he's not small either. He's 6'2", 205. It's not easy to bring him down.
So for the Chapman.
He bounced off of Michael Hoke, who is 6'5", 220 pounds. So Pacheco will always turn his feet and run hard.
Yeah, an injured player it appeared to get picked up for CMS. Able to walk that one off was Harry Zhao, the senior linebacker. He's listed as a linebacker, but typically plays inside the defensive line. Last year, he was a SCIAC All Honors. So far in the season, 27 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, and 2.5 sacks. So not a player you want to see go out injured, but for now, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chapman Panthers. Pacheco has Fisher-Huss standing right behind him. Snaps played, fakes the handoff to one side, gives it to Huss around the other, picks up around 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 after the run from Huss.
It's a great way to get your drive started, or to get this 1st and 10 started.
Yeah, excellent run from Fisher-Huss. We'll see it here on the replay. Obviously, this season he's been absolutely electric. So far in this first half, hasn't done too much. We'll see if he can do anything else as the game develops. For now, it'll be 2nd and 5. Here comes a flag. Looked like a false start. Pacheco will go deep. Zimmerman just past the hands. incomplete for Pacheco. We'll see if it was a flag. It looked like to be a false start from the defense.
Yeah, for offsides calls, a lot of times if the team sees that one of the defenders was offsides, they will just, everyone will do a go, and they'll just throw it up because it's a free play.
Number 8, defense. 5-yard penalty. It results in a first down.
And there we go. You just take it. You have the opportunity to take a chance with no penalty. You take that chance.
Rise Hamlin just jumping it a little bit too quickly on that one. Maybe some intelligent play calling from Pacheco to bait them to go offsides. For now, it'll be another 1st and 10 for the Panthers. At the 30-yard line, sends Zimmerman in motion to the left. Here comes the snap to Pacheco, rolls out. Has a man deep. Can he find Manzano? Picks it up for a big gain and a first down. The sideline has lots of complaints. We'll see what the referees decide. Play is deemed incomplete. We'll see it here, Ethan.
That is oh, it did not look like he caught it. He did not come down with that. It was a great effort, though.
We'll see it here. Can he get the feet in bounds? It was close. Obviously, in college, the rule is you only need 1 foot in comparison to the NFL's 2 feet. They'll deem it incomplete for a 2nd and 10. Punch to the gut, but the Chapman Panthers are still rolling well with the ball. If he can find a receiver that open, they're doing something right. We'll see the shotgun snap from Pacheco. They'll check sideline. So, Ethan, when you have a receiver who can get open like Zimmerman, but also like Manzano, how can you decide where to go to it? Caught by Zimmerman. Speak of the devil, we were just talking about him. He'll pick it up for around a 4-yard gain. But as I was mentioning, if you're a quarterback, obviously you played football previously in high school and at a junior college, but if you're a quarterback, how do you know which reads to pick up when you have an open receiver?
There's a few different ways. One, I know Coach Shine talked a lot about this with Pacheco. It's just finding the open man. Not every play needs to be a touchdown. So just right there, that's a 3-yard gain, and that may have been the best call for that play.
Sends Muzzy in motion to the right. Tyler Pacheco, 3rd and 7. Here comes the snap. Picks up Zimmerman. We'll see if it's enough for a first down. They'll deem it marked at the 40-yard line. Enough to get a first down. They'll move the chains, and Zimmerman has been absolutely precise in receiving in this game.
100%. He baits the corner to go all the way back, and then he cuts in it's called a bench route. You go all the way to the sticks and come back down outside. And it's a great man beater, and Zimmerman was able to beat his man on that play.
Excellent from the star receiver. We'll see him to the right now. Keeps it. Pacheco running with it. Spins again. Still going. Picks up a first down. And the Chapman Panthers have been moving slowly but steadily. They'll pick up another first down with the run from the quarterback.
That's a great run by Pacheco. Again, he is a bruiser, which is not something you would expect out of a quarterback. You a lot of times expect quarterbacks to get down, protect themselves, but he will run through you.
A bit of a Josh Allen-esque quarterback, you could call it. Tyler Pacheco, big frame, but knows how to be shifty. It'll be another 1st and 10 for the Panthers. No, there's the flag. They jumped again. Pacheco will go deep. Cash Henjum catches that one at the 24-yard line. We'll see if they get more yards after the false start.
It's going to be an offsides call. And like I said earlier, when the receiver sees someone jump offsides, they know, I'm just going to sprint down as fast as I can.
Number 90, defense. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
That's exactly what you do after an offsides. Sprint down the field and just wait for the quarterback to throw it up, because if it's picked, it doesn't matter because they jumped offsides and it won't even count.
Cooper Davis, the victim of that false start. The Panthers will be in dangerous position as they have the 1st and 10. Sends Manzano in motion to the right. Bottom of your screen is Zimmerman. Shotgun snap. Pacheco. Pump fakes, reading his options. Some excellent blocking. He gets around them. He'll pick up a few yards here. Around 1, still running with it. Around 2, picks up the first gain. They'll deem it back a few yards, but enough to move the chains. And Tyler Pacheco has been absolutely on ice skates.
100%. And this Chapman O-line is doing a fantastic job protecting him. Look at how much time he has. No pressure. Look at lane 40 holding up his guy on that left side, giving Tyler Pacheco the ability to get out and get some yards.
This offensive line, one of the best in SCIAC, some would deem it. It'll be 1st and 10. Pacheco hands it off to Latu, jumps around one man, spinning, still going. He'll land at about the 4-yard mark. So the blocking from this offensive line, and specifically lane 14, a one-on-one, was able to win it. Opened up enough space for Tyler Pacheco, who has 39 yards rushing already this game. It'll be a 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. A hard run from Andrew Latu. He's that power back type running back, 205 pounds, shotgun snap. Pacheco holding on to it, running forward. His offensive line pushing him in. We'll see where he lands. Referees will stop it. It appears to be at the 2-yard mark. A hard run from the quarterback. No one seemed to be able to stop him. It'll be short of the goal line. We'll see where specifically it lands. Here on the replay, we saw him just take on the entire defensive line. Obviously, CMS has the best defensive line, some would argue, with Michael Hoke being back there, the leader in sacks. It'll be a 3rd and 1, so not a lot to go if they want to pick up their 2nd touchdown of the night. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and 1. 2 in the backfield, hands it off to Latu, gets inside. We'll see if they deem it for a touchdown. It looked good for him up here in the booth. And it'll be a good touchdown. Not Tyler Pacheco, but Andrew Latu with his 1st of the game. Welcome to the club, Andrew Latu, his 5th of the season. And look at this strong run from the running back.
Yeah, and he was not afraid of George Kruger. He put his shoulder down and ran right into the end zone. That is a great play by Latu.
No hesitation. Dropped the shoulder to arguably the best linebacker in the SCIAC. He'll put the Chapman Panthers up to 13. It'll be Carson Nichols out there on the extra point. Ball is snapped. It's up. They'll deem it wide. It appeared to be the hold was a little bit off. So 1 for 2 for Carson Nichols this game. We'll go back and see if it was a bad hold.
Yeah, there is a lot that goes into kicks. It's not as easy as it looks. You got the snapper, you got the hold, but unfortunately Nichols wasn't able to connect on this one, and now the score stands 13-0.
Well, 13-0 is not a position to be, not a bad position, to be in this 1st quarter. Obviously, the Chapman Panthers will want to take advantage of getting as most points on the board as possible, but they won't mind that at all. Aaron Wong now, the backup kicker, coming out. Maybe just letting Carson Nichols calm down a little bit after that one. We've seen him in practice have some pretty big kickoffs. We'll see what he can do on this one. Kick is up. He's going to fair call that one. Interesting call, lands at around the 11-yard line. So they won't get too much on that one as CMS comes back out on offense. We see the touchdown replay on this one. Andrew Latu, you can see Kruger dropping the shoulder on that one.
Yeah.
He just takes it.
And you can see the big man, Zach Miller, really opening up the hole for Andrew Latu to get through and into the touchdown.
Well, this season, when the Chapman Panthers have scored first, they've been 4-0 so far. So hopefully they'll try to repeat that one as CMS go out there on offense. It'll be Peter Bohm. Snap is handed off, gives it to his running back, who has some space, is still going. Here comes the green, stiff arms his man and goes down at the 50-yard mark. Jacob Gowdy, the All-American, gets ran over by CMS. They'll give him the tackle, but he won't want to see the replay on that one.
Cooper Nixon had 3 rushing attempts going into last week's game. They turned to him during last week. He had 18 for 86 and a touchdown. He is a physical runner. He gets downhill. As you can see right here, he will run anyone over. My goodness, that is a fantastic run.
They'll hand it off again. This time just picks up a few. Luke Gildred on this one. Obviously, we know that CMS likes to play the 2-quarterback game. And in this instance, it'll be Peter Bowman, Luke Gildred's. Good pickup from him. And those are the type of pickups that aren't bad but aren't good. It's called smart football, Ethan. Just picking up a few yards on first down. Obviously, you don't have a time constraint, 2.5 minutes remaining, but it's in the first quarter. So you have space to just pick up those small gains.
Chapman calls their first timeout of the half. 60 seconds.
As Chapman calls out their first timeout. So in this first timeout, what is Coach Shine looking for? Obviously, their team have the lead 13-0, and CMS haven't really had anything on offense but a big game.
I think Coach Shine is telling us guys, hey, just keep doing what we're doing. They have 0 points. They have not been able to move the ball extremely well. They've had a couple chances to throw the ball down the field, but have fallen short. So as long as Chapman can keep doing what they're doing, they're in a fantastic place defensively.
Yeah, excellent place defensively, offensively as well, as Tyler Pacheco's almost at the 50-yard mark for this game, currently with 42 yards rushing. He's been absolutely excellent when it comes to throwing yards. He's been amazing as well, with 92 yards already thrown. We'll see the first touchdown. No one knowing where to go on that one. Found Zimmerman after the play action. It was a beautiful pass on that one. Almost has 100 yards throwing and almost 50 rushing in this game. In the first quarter as well, he's been electric. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for CMS. Let's see what they can do on this one. Here comes the throw, way too high on that one. Lucky to not be picked off, but for now it'll be an incomplete pass. Couldn't find his tight end, Wilson Schwartz. Incomplete pass from Luke Gildred, and that's to be expected. He's probably still a little bit cold after the substitution.
Yeah, they also usually have him in as more of a runner. He can still throw the ball, but most of the time they bring him in for running situations.
On average, CMS has allowed 182 yards per game when it comes to passing. The Chapman Panthers in this first quarter have already pretty much done half of that with Tyler Pacheco's 92. It'll be CMS with a 3rd and long. Shotgun snap. Gildred rolls out to his right, has an open receiver. Jumps up, intercepted! We'll see if it's incomplete. It was picked off by Zay Lee. We'll see it here, Ethan, if his feet were in bounds or not.
Automatic first down.
They'll take it back after Kellen Jones roughs Gildred on that one. It seemed too close to call for the interception for Zay Lee, but that won't matter anyways as Jones roughs the passer and allows CMS to pick up a first down. Smart football from Luke Gildred to go down after the contact to get the foul. And for now, it'll be a 1st and 10 as CMS approaches Chapman's red zone. High snap, hands it off to Nixon, who goes around one, still going at the 25-yard line, gets drilled and goes down at around the 16-yard line. So he's been running excellently, Cooper Nixon, the junior.
This play is perfect for this. Chapman sends pressure on the right side of the line, and CMS runs to the left where there's no pressure. They are able to get a ton of yardage off of this. It's just the perfect play call to counter what Chapman did on that defensive play.
Nixon picks up the blocks from Ramirez and company. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll hand it off again to him, but this time he gets swallowed at the line from the Chapman Panthers. It appeared to be Tyler Boynton to pick that one up. The sophomore from La Jolla. Last game we saw him with a sack against Cal Lutheran at a pivotal moment as well. It'll be 2nd down now. Luke Gildred still staying out there alongside his running back Cooper Nixon to his left. 2 receivers marked. Ball is snapped, handed off to Nixon, spins and gets it to some space. He'll pick up a few. Cooper Nixon with the small gain on that one. When it comes to rushing in this game, currently stands with 41. Coming up to meet Tyler Pacheco's 42, but it'll be a 3rd and 7. We'll see the run right here from Nixon on the replay.
He's just a physical runner. His legs don't stop churning.
Kyle Sieben on the tackle on that one, currently with 2.5 tackles for loss. Has had a forced fumble this season, so Sieben's been electric. It'll be a 3rd and long. Shotgun snap. Goes deep. He catches it. It'll be incomplete. A rookie mistake from Wilson Schwartz on that. Noah Makapulai, who had the touchdown and then at the last minute fumbled it. Missed opportunity from CMS and a lucky break for the Panthers. We'll see it here again.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back. You're going to see Chapman. They're going to do a stunt. So Sieben's going to wrap around and put pressure on him, but the throw is just a little too low. Still catchable, and Noah Makapulai is going to want that one back.
For now, they'll bring out their kicker to try to get one up. Samuel Brewer. We'll see if they can get the first 1 point of the game for him. Kick is up. And it's good. So the first points of the night come in the last 13 seconds of the first quarter at the hands of Samuel Brewer. And on defense, how do you interpret that last drive, Ethan? Obviously it was good, but you allowed a lot of running room for Cooper Nixon. Obviously this Chapman rush defense is one of the best in the SCIAC.
Yeah, Cooper Nixon is a very physical runner, which means you're going to have to match that physicality. You're going to need a ton of bodies running to the ball to bring him down. And also, you just need to play a little bit smarter football. That roughing the passer penalty really killed them, and they're lucky that they were only able to give up, they only gave up 3 points.
Yeah, obviously, when we take a look at the team stats, rushing yards are already at 71. Chapman Panthers defense typically per game allows 76. So a bit of a lackluster defense on the rush. Obviously, with the likes of Zimmerman, the star outside linebacker, being out. Big role to fill. Obviously, they're involving more freshman Oliver Farivar alongside freshman RJ Cannon. 2 younger players into the squad. Replacing him is Colin Post. So with the absence of Tate Zimmerman, it's been very relevant as the kickoff is made by CMS. And here comes the return. 2 flags are thrown, but has some space. He'll go out of bounds. Tackled at the 36-yard line, but 2 flags were thrown. We'll go down to see what it was.
3 flags. So ref just threw one late.
3 flags, all the referees.
That's probably coming back. I'm going to assume it's holding.
We'll see what it was on that one. It appeared to be a great return from Archie Yan, the freshman wide receiver. Referees discussing in that one. Obviously only 7 seconds remaining in this first quarter. If you're just tuning in, Lucas Patton up here in the booth alongside Ethan Swessinger. And for the majority of this quarter, Chapman has been dominant, especially on that opening drive where it was essentially 3 plays and then a play-action touchdown to Zimmerman. But since then, they've slowed down a bit. We'll see what the call is.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the receiving team, both during the return. Personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 21. That penalty is declined. Illegal block in the back, number 20. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
So 2 fouls made on that one. It'll be 10 yards back for the Chapman Panthers after the great return from Archie Yan. A bit of frustrations from the Panthers, but they'll go out nonetheless as the ball is marked down at the 15-yard line in the red zone.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they respond to this.
Bunch formation at the bottom of your screen, more like the middle of your screen actually. Panthers will move it. You got Zimmerman in the slot. And Zano out wide. Snap the ball, hand off to Fisher Huss, who will take off into some space. He'll be knocked down around a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1st as we finish off the first quarter of action.
This is the end of the first quarter. Timeout.
They'll call a timeout, although the clock ran out. We'll see what it's deemed down there, but nonetheless, a good run from Fisher Huss.
For
He's
sure.
been having a bit of a quiet game.
Yeah, it looks like an outside zone play right there. They're giving him space. The lineman did a fantastic job opening up that hole for him to get through and very nearly got a first down.
Yeah, so after that first quarter of action, It was very good, obviously. A bit of a slower start as the game progressed, but a quick start from these Chapman Panthers. An excellent first quarter of action here at Wilson Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short ad. And welcome back here to Wilson Field to start off the second quarter of action here in the latter end of the schedule for football for Chapman. Currently facing off against CMS. Ball is snapped, handed off to his running back who gets swallowed at the line. So a small gain on this one. It'll be enough to pick up the first down, Ethan.
It looks like there's a penalty, though.
Illegal formation. 5 in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
For every offensive play, you need to have 7 players on the ball. That usually includes 5 linemen and either a tight end or receiver,
Second
and 4
down.
in the back. However, Chapman had 5 in the backfield. There were not enough on the line, and that is why that penalty was called.
Yeah, they'll call it back after they pick up the first game. For now, it'll be 2nd and 6. Not great. In that first half, it was very clear for the majority of it. Obviously, during that trick play they tried during the PAT, we saw an illegal formation. For now, it'll be 2nd and 6. Fisher-Huss in the backfield for the Panthers. They'll hand it off to him. Fisher-Huss runs and picks up a few. It'll be short by about 2 yards. So Fisher-Huss, he's had a quiet game so far for the Chapman Panthers. Hasn't had too much going on for him. Currently stands with a net of only 14 yards. You see it here on the replay. He was able to get into some space after the block from Andrew Leal, who's typically a backup, but is coming in substituting Gavin Scott, who's injured this game. Another injury for these Panthers to endure, but for now it'll be 3rd and 2nd in Chapman's red zone. Manzano at the bottom of your screen. They'll hand it off to Fisher-Huss, who tumbles his way in to pick up the first down. George Kruger almost picked up the tackle on that one, but was a little short, allowing the Chapman Panthers to pick up another first down. They've been excellent in this game so far. We'll see it here on the replay.
Yeah, Fisher-Huss fights through contact and gets the yardage he needs to keep this Chapman drive alive.
Yeah, that's the 9th first down of this game for the Chapman Panthers. CMS only with 6. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Pacheco hands it off to Fisher-Huss, who just puts his head down and gets into space. He'll be tackled down around the 30-yard line. So a quiet start from both running backs. Obviously, Andrew Latu has been good. He already picked up a touchdown. But typically, we see a lot more from Fisher-Huss, who really hasn't had too much going for him in this game.
This Chapman offense averages 194 yards per game, which is 1st in the SCIAC. So it's interesting that they haven't really been leaning on that as much early on.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more of pass action for them. It's been working well as well with that touchdown that we saw. Obviously, Tyler Pacheco, 66% complete. Drops back into some space, goes deep by himself. Zimmerman, hello, lands at the 30-yard line. It'll be a big first down for the Panthers.
Watch Tyler Pacheco here. He's going to hide the ball and Cade Zimmerman hits a double move. If he puts that on him and he can run under it, that's a touchdown. CMS is lucky that the ball was a little bit behind.
A nasty route from the receiver on that one. Cade Zimmerman has been absolutely excellent this game. There's been no stopping him. That is 5th reception of the night already. Almost 100 receiving yards, 98 individually. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun snap. Here comes the ball again to Manzano, just a little bit over him. It'll be incomplete. So an opportunity for the CMS defense to catch their breath.
100%. And this is a big drive for CMS. If Chapman scores here, if Chapman scores a touchdown here, it becomes a 3-score game.
We've seen Tyler Pacheco in the past rely on his rush game, but in this game, his passing has been off the charts. Obviously, we'll take a look at the stats for him currently with pass yards, 131 in this first half. Shotgun snap to Pacheco, reading his options, fakes out the blitz, and he'll take it for himself. Just gets it past it enough to not be a sack. He'll about pick up a yard or two. Good QB scramble from the quarterback.
And that is a great tackle by the big man, Michael Hauk. He lays out to get Pacheco and prevents a big gain.
Yeah, Tyler Pacheco coming into this game averaged around 4 yards per rush. Does a good job to just scramble out, not to get the sack, to pick up a yard. And the Panthers will need to really figure out what they're doing on this 3rd and long. Good field position. They could take the field goal. Obviously, you want to get 6. Shotgun snap. Pacheco escapes the scramble, gets dragged down by the jersey, still going with it. Gabe Gengi Sarkaniov picks up the tackle. It'll be 4th down for the Panthers and the 1st of the night as well in field goal territory.
Yeah, on that last play, the Stags sent 6. They sent safety Nick Wild, and so Pacheco did not have enough time to get through his reads and tried to scramble, but he did not get enough yardage for the 1st down.
They'll stay out there. They're checking sideline to see what Coach Shine wants to do. Obviously, he's a very aggressive coach on offense. And you can hear the crowd. We'll see what they can do on this 4th and long. They'll check it. They're waiting on it, not too much time. Timeout is called by Shine, I believe.
Chapman calls their 2nd timeout of the half. 60 seconds.
Timeout of the half on there. You could expect that one. They tried to get CMS on the jump. CMS are staying disciplined, not going for it. We saw that earlier in the game from the likes of Tarius Hamlin from the CMS defense, but they're smart on that one to wait it off. And Chapman will go into a timeout.
Yeah, CMS has already jumped off sides twice. So, I mean, there's no point in not trying it again. You have that timeout. Might as well use it. This is kind of no man's land. I don't know if they're able to kick a field goal from here. But also, you don't want to punt here. So I think 4th and 7, 4th and 8, there are a lot of different ways this can go.
Yeah, obviously they've been flying on offense. We'll see the last catch from Zimmerman. That fake run was excellent. And then all the way up the field, nasty little route from Zimmerman, who gets his knees taken out, but a big 1st down. And, I mean, he's been absolutely picking up the slack for his injured teammates who are in the receiving core.
Yeah, Zimmerman is a dog.
And it appears that they'll still stay out there. No man's land indeed. It'll be 4th and 7. Let's see what they can do. Pacheco. Eyes of the Tiger on this one. Shotgun snap. He'll roll out to his left. Not too many options. Gets absolutely drilled for the 1st sack of the night. And a combination of multiple CMS defenders. But for this one, it'll go to Andrew Van Kummen, the junior linebacker. We'll see it here again. Just nothing opened up for him, and he'll take the sack. And the Chapman Panthers will turn it over to CMS.
Yeah, he had enough time. He had a lot of time to get the ball away, but just nobody was open. So he has to eat the sack, and now it's turnover on downs, and the Stags get the ball at the 34-yard line.
Andrew Van Kummen with his 1st sack of the season, and what a quarterback to get it as well. Tyler Pacheco, one of the shiftiest in the conference, leads in rushing yards. But Andrew Vankerman was able to pick it up, and now it'll be CMS's turn in good field position as well. Handed off to his running back, Nixon, who's running with it, but gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see who did it on this one. Tyler Boynton picked up the tackle for loss. And a big hit from the sophomore. We'll see it here again. Look at this. Like a panther hunting his prey, Tyler Boynton dragged him to the ground for a tackle for loss. Only a sophomore, not a lot of underclassmen who start on this team. And Boynton does an excellent job on that one, who will lead for a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, hands it off to Nixon again, and who gets swallowed again at the line of scrimmage. They'll scrum him forward, but it'll be no gain. Another excellent play from this Chapman rush defense. We'll see who it was on that time. Was it Tyler Boynton again? I believe, who picks up his 2nd tackle for loss of the night. He'll come out. His 2nd tackle for loss in a row, so 2 for 2 for the sophomore. Wow. A lot of time these linemen are overlooked, but Tyler Boynton making his presence felt and leaving a long 3rd and 10 for the Stags. Let's see. Shotgun snap to Gildridge. Here comes this pressure, and he's sacked down. What a sequence for this Chapman defense, and they will drill him at the line.
You're going to see Chapman only send 4 guys here, but what they're doing is a stunt. You got number 94 wrapping around inside, so Kyle Sieben can wrap around on the inside, leaving him wide open to take down Bohm.
Wow. What a sequence from this Chapman defense. It'll be a punt now for CMS. Eugene Miata sitting at around the 40-yard line in Chapman's half. Ball is snapped, a bad snap. Here comes the tackle, and they recover it. In CMS's 5-yard line, the Chapman Panthers will have it. Where did this one come from, Ethan? It's Alexander Padalino who picks it up, I believe. We'll see who gets it on this one. A horrible snap. Oh my goodness.
There is nothing the punter could have done about that. That snap was just too low. It bounced way before it even got to him. And they're lucky that that was not a touchdown. At least their defense has a chance to stop this Chapman offense.
Alexander Padalino taking advantage of his special teams opportunity on punt block of all things. Picks up the bad snap, and now the Panthers will start on offense in opponent's red zone. It'll be a 1st and goal. 2 in the backfield for the Panthers. They'll hand it off to Fisher Huss, who runs it in, picks up around 5. It'll be 2nd and goal. What just happened, Ethan?
Special teams. Special teams is an underrated aspect of the game. People don't always think about it, but it is an equally important. If you do not execute on special teams, plays like this happen.
A huge play. You can't even really blame Samuel Brewer. The snap literally went in between his legs. Then Padalino flies in and dives at his feet to rip the ball out of his hands. Let's see if the Panthers can take advantage of the excellent play from the sophomore. 2nd and goal. Drops back, goes deep. Zimmerman with the one-handed grab. Incomplete. Wow. Zimmerman in disbelief. That one was close, Ethan. They might go back and check it. We'll see it here on the replay.
That is so close. You're going to see him look over one shoulder and then adjust and then one-hand the ball. That is so close, but I am not sure if he got it. I think he bobbled it a little bit. I don't know. I think he stepped out. That is a fantastic effort and a fantastic catch, though.
Couldn't get it into his control. 3rd and goal. The Panthers will really want to get this one after the recovered fumble. Tyler Pacheco drops back. Here comes the blitz. Rolling out to his right. Lobs it up. No flag. It looked like a lot of contact, but Jackson Muzzy won't get it. It'll be 4th and 4 in the red zone.
That might be the first questionable play by Tyler Pacheco. As a quarterback, you very rarely, unless you're Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, you never want to throw the ball across your body. Sometimes, like we said earlier, just got to take your points. 3 points may have been the best situation, and they're lucky that wasn't an interception right there.
Yeah, Tom Burton, the junior, should have picked that one off, if we're being honest. It just hit his back. And now it'll be Carson Nichols who comes out for the 3 points. Lucky break for this Chapman offense. Let's see if the special teams can get points. Hold is bad, but the kick is good, so they'll go up with 16-3. A missed opportunity on offense. If you're Coach Casey Shine, maybe not too happy with that one.
Definitely not. You want a touchdown out of that, but CMS must be very happy. Defensive coordinator Marvin Sanders has got to be very happy with how his unit held up and prevented a Chapman touchdown.
Look at that old man dancing, Ethan. Look at that.
Just
That's
like us
fun,
up
isn't
here.
it? Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? We'll see the incomplete pass, the one-handed pass here again. Ah, it's tight.
It's tight.
He had it in his hand, maybe couldn't bring it down. He had a foot in bounds, so some would argue that that was good. What a touchdown it would have been, his second of the night as well, but as it stands, it'll just be the the field goal from Carson Nichols, as they'll set up to kick off. Not Nichols on this one, but Benji Gamarnik, another one of the backup kickers. So they've been rotating who kicks off on kickoff. Bit of a squib to the near side of the field. It'll bounce out of bounds. Not a great kick.
Kick out of bounds.
That
Kicking
is
team.
probably the worst case
First
scenario.
down at the 35-yard line.
You come in, you kick it out of bounds, and they get the ball on the 35-yard line.
Well, we saw this Chapman defense hold strong last time out. Obviously, in the SCIAC, they're one of the best when it comes to defense, specifically rush defense. We'll see if they can hold off on this one. There you can see Coach Bob Owens, former coach of the Chapman Panthers, had an absolute illustrious career. 1st and 10 for CMS. They'll hand it off to Nixon, who gets a big run, jumps over defender for a gain of around 6. Appeared to jump over Joey Bustos on that one to pick it up. We'll see the replay.
Officials
here.
timeout for a defensive player injury.
It's a great run by Nixon. Again, he's just such a physical runner. You get him downhill, he's going to be in a great spot every time.
This isn't good. It appeared that someone went down after the tackle. So obviously we'll get a bit of a timeout here. So this defense so far, Ethan, has been holding strong. They've only allowed 3 points to be picked up. We'll see it again here in the replay, that run from Nixon. And that's not good. It appeared to be Mile Grossman went down. Had someone fall on him. We'll take a look around the SCIAC right now. When it comes to defense, in total, Pomona Pitzer have the best defense, then Redlands and Chapman. But when it comes to rush defense, Chapman sits behind Cal Lutheran, which was an interesting one that we saw last week when both teams matched up. Luckily, he's able to get up and walk off. Not a great injury, but the Chapman Panthers will go back out and see if they can stop him on this 2nd and 5. Second and 5 now. Only 2 receivers out for CMS. Snap is played, handed off to Nixon again, and a powerful run. He'll pick up a 1st down on that one. Nixon has been a bulldog, on this one.
I'd like to see CMS kind of lean on him. The inside zone is working for them. The outside zone, not as much, but if you let him get downhill, he's picking up the yards.
Andrew Buck picking up that tackle. He hasn't had too electric of a game. Obviously, big shoes to fill when he came into Chapman after redshirting at Eastern Michigan in his freshman year. So far in this game, he hasn't done too much. Ball is snapped, handed off to Nixon, inside zone. He'll pick up a lot on that one. Here comes the rugby scrum. They deem him down. It'll be short of a first down, but still a very good pick nonetheless. Cooper Nixon has been running excellently in this first half for CMS. We'll see it here on the replay.
6 yards. Brings up second down.
CMS is running a lot of motions, trying to kind of get the Chapman defense out of position and handing the ball off to Nixon, and it's working right now.
Currently, as it stands, Cooper Nixon actually leads in the game with rushing yards with 61 individually. We'll see it here, 2nd and 4. Handoff again to Nixon, inside zone, runs forward. Appears to be short by maybe a yard of the first down.
Time scored for a few yards.
So Cooper Nixon
That brings up
Coming into this game, he only had, into this game, he had a fantastic game versus Laverne, but before that, he only had 3 carries the entire year. So it seems that CMS is riding the hot hand with Cooper Nixon.
Yeah, luckily Andrew Buck was able to wrap him up. It'll be 3rd and 1. I'm sure they'll hand it off to him again on this one. Appears to be a little bit tired. Shotgun snap, hand off to Nixon. He'll pick up a first down, and they'll move the chains. To be expected from the CMS offense. Cooper Nixon, he's been doing excellent on that inside zone like you mentioned.
100%. There he is checking out right now, and rightfully so. He has put the team on his back for these last few plays.
Obviously, CMS is known for their rush game. Before this year, from 2021 to 2024, it was all Justin Edwards who was the dominant rusher in the SCIAC. Now it'll be handed off to his running back. Still running with it. He'll run out of bounds.
hand off to Owen Rolls.
So he'll pick up that one. Appeared that Nixon came out to take a little bit of a break.
That appeared to be freshman Owen Walsh. He's been playing a little bit. He didn't get any carries last week, but he's a bit of a change of pace back, and you see kind of the speed on the outside right there.
And that's to be expected after a big running from Cooper Nixon. Jacob Gowdy just reminding him of where he is. Maybe a bit of a check. He says, what? He's just confused about that. Shotgun snap, hands it off. Here comes Waltz again. This time he'll get tackled. Tyler Boynton, number 90 for the Chapman Panthers. He's been all over the rush this game.
Yeah, he is making his presence felt. And again, maybe it's because of a different running back, but I really like CMS in the inside zone. Every single time it seems like they go outside, they get swallowed up by a great Chapman run defense.
Yeah, Tyler Boynton, that is 5th tackle of the night. As a sophomore interior defensive lineman to just get out into space to chase your man down. He's been excellent, but now we'll see a 3rd and long, specifically 3rd and 7 for the CMS offense. Peter Bowen back in the game. 4 receivers to his left. Here comes the screenplay. Picks it up, slips down, missed opportunity from Noah Nakapulai on that one. It'll be a 4th and long.
I would expect them to punt it, although this is kind of a no man's land too.
How long would that field goal be? What do you think? It's marked at around, what is that, the 42-yard mark?
Be a very long field goal.
Well, you add, what was that? How much do you add? About, I think, 10 yards from the
10 yards plus like 5
timeout.
for the.
Okay, so they'll
5,
call
6,
the timeout. That's to be expected, especially with this difficult decision on 4th and 9. So the Chapman defense, they've been holding their line well. Obviously, like we mentioned, they don't have Zimmerman at the outside linebacker position to help them. But Joey Bustos, the graduate inside linebacker, he's been having a good game. Currently has 3 tackles. Him alongside Andrew Buck and Tyler Boynton, who's leading in tackles with 5. He's been excellent coming into the season. It was a big question how he was going to perform, at least for me personally, it was a big question. Throughout the season, he's been electric.
Yeah, and last week versus Cal Lutheran, he also had a big game. He had 2 tackles for a loss and a sack during that game, so he is making his presence felt in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, Tyler Boynton, he's been excellent. When we take a look at the stats for him on this season, he's been very, very good. Obviously, in total, he has only 6 tackles in total this year. 4 of those being tackles for losses. Punt team will come out now. punt is up. It's big. They hit the kicker. There's the flag. It'll be a first down. Rookie mistake from the Chapman special teams. From one good play on special teams to a mistake on special teams. A rookie mistake from this Chapman unit.
It'll be interesting to see if they're going to call this running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. Roughing into the kicker would make it a first down, but running into the kicker, I believe, is only a 5-yard penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Number 1, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Uh-oh.
Like we talked about earlier, special teams is a huge part of the game. Right here. Oh, when you're rushing like that, all you're thinking about is, I want to get this block.
Yeah, a little bit too much from it appeared to be Robert Crowell who roughed the passer. This will be a big gain forward for CMS. Uh-oh, and only a minute and 45, 54, excuse me. Remaining in this second quarter, CMS in a dangerous position. They'll hand it off again to Nixon. A good game from him after the tackle. He's been running like a man with his behind lit on fire.
Here's an old name. You know Brandon Jacobs? Brandon Jacobs, that's who he's running like. Look, oh my goodness, look at how many people he is carrying. And also that push from the offensive line.
It's like rugby, Ethan. We'll see them now, 2nd and 5. Hand it off again to Nixon. Again, it's inside zone, and it's almost enough to pick up the first down, I believe. They'll deem it maybe inches short. For Cooper Nixon, he's been amazing as the timeout is
The
called.
ruling on the field is the runner was short of the line to gain. Claremont calls their first time out of the half. 60 seconds.
And the first timeout called with only a minute and 20 seconds remaining in this second half. But Cooper Nixon, we thought it was going to be Fisher Haas, and obviously Andrew Lotto already has a touchdown in this game. But it's only a matter of time if Cooper Nixon keeps running like this for him to pick up his first touchdown.
Yeah, and the fact that he's doing so well, Chapman may need to adjust. They may need to put more defenders in the box, and that would help open up the pass for Bohm and the passing game. Right now, Cooper Nixon has 76 yards, and the Chapman Panthers allow 76 yards rushing per game. So he is really handing it to him.
Yeah, Cooper Nixon has been running just so aggressively. He's almost averaging 6 a carry, 5.8. That's more than they typically allow the defense for the Chapman Panthers, which is 2.8 usually. So for now, it'll be a 3rd and 1. Ball on the 18-yard line inside Chapman's red zone. I'm calling it right here. It's going to be a run inside. There it is, inside. Got around a player. He'll pick up the first down. Excellent rush from Cooper Nixon on that one, and that's only to be expected.
I think we all knew where the ball was going to go on that play, to the man who has pretty much gotten them down this entire field.
Look at that. His ability to just stop his body, change momentum, and run in a different direction to get away from the tackle is excellent. It'll be a 1st and goal. Doesn't hand it off this time. He'll run with it. Inside, touchdown CMS. Not Cooper Nixon, but Peter Bohm. A flag is thrown, it appears. It might be for unnecessary roughness. It appeared that Peter Bohm got tackled after he was in the end zone. We'll go down to see what it was. On the replay, excellent running from him. Obviously, we know he's a shifty quarterback. But a late, yeah, that's going to be unnecessary roughness.
It's by freshman Zach
The result of the play
Castillo.
is a touchdown. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 35, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, Zach Castillo just dropping his shoulder very late on that one. And the first touchdown will be allowed in the last minute in this second quarter.
Castillo was the one who checked in for Grossman.
Sure, defensive coordinator David Bishop might take a look at that one. But for now, snap is up. kick is good. It'll be 10-16 in the last minute of action in this first half of football here at Wilson Field. Just checking in for this final minute of the half of action. My name's Lucas Patton alongside Ethan Swissenger. And currently in this game, it was old Chapman Panthers to start off, but then they got a little bit sloppy, and CMS have taken advantage of that, but they still trail by 6. Ethan, what does CMS need to do to scratch their way back into this game?
CMS is in a great position right now. They get the ball at half. If they can stop this Chapman offense, they are 100% in this game.
So not a lot of time left. 2 timeouts left for CMS and only 1 for the Chapman Panthers. So we'll see if CMS takes advantage of those timeouts on defense to stop the clock to try to maybe cause a turnover, or if they'll let Chapman Panthers just roll with it. Obviously, the kickoff due to the foul from Zach Castillo will be placed at the 50-yard mark. So this could cause problems for the special teams unit that has had a few problems in this game so far.
Yeah, special teams has really changed the game on both sides.
We'll see what they can do on this one. For now, it'll be kicker Dylan Sherman from the 50-yard mark. Even if they maybe squib it to one of the other returners, they'll still be in good field position. Kick is up, light kick towards the end zone. It'll just bounce and roll out of bounds, so the Chapman Panthers will field it at the 25-yard line after the ball goes out of bounds. Only 55 seconds for them to do. What do you think the offense is going to do? Obviously, you just gave up your first touchdown of the game in the second quarter. If you're Coach Casey Shine, Ethan, how are you going to approach these final stages of the first half?
I think Coach Shine will be aggressive. I think that he believes they have a good enough offense to get points here, and I'd be surprised to see them kind of play it conservatively.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chapman Panthers. Pacheco will be out there. Let's see if they run the ball to just try to kill off time. They'll check sideline, trying to get the CMS defense to jump off sides. Obviously, they've done it before in this game. Ball is snapped, handed off to Latu. Around 1 defender, he'll get brought down after a gain of around 5. Clock ticking down. They could melt the clock all the way on this one, essentially all the way. We'll see if CMS takes a timeout. Obviously, they have 2 left. Ball is snapped, drop back from Pacheco. Has a lot of space. Here comes the pressure and sack down. Of course, he gets the sack. Andrew Van Komen, his 2nd of the night. We'll see it here on the replay. He had so much time but just couldn't find anything, and then Andrew Van Komen more looked like Andrew Van Ginkel on that sack. Flies in past his line. Just absolutely spins out lane 14 and then wraps up Tyler Pacheco for the final action of this game.
Timeout.
Wow, not an ideal way to finish the first half of action. But the Chapman Panthers still hold the lead. Obviously, CMS will run into the half with a lot of momentum. So it was a very good first half, but quite a first half of action here at Wilson Field. And obviously, Ethan, that was a very powerful first half. Don't go anywhere. We'll have some in-studio analyzing for you in just a second after this short ad break.
put my life on it. Can't believe fruit grew from the stripe of it. Neck used to have a knife on it. Looking in the mirror, now I got that ice on it.
Hey everyone, welcome to our studio show. I'm your host, Anna Zeminski, and joining me tonight we have analysts Robert Ariano and Jad Nizam. Now, it's been a really close first half with Chapman leading 16-10. Let's talk about it. Robert, what stood out to you so far?
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that this Chapman team, at least in the beginning of the game with the first quarter, it seemed like they had the momentum in their hands, but then CMS was able to come back and sort of mess with the Chapman defense. For a moment, it looked like after that punt fumble that we saw from the CMS side, that Chapman would be able to continue working off of that, maybe get a touchdown, but as we just saw right there, CMS was able to deny Chapman that drive, and ultimately, even though Chapman's in the driver's seat with the lead, CMS has the momentum on their side.
Exactly, Robert. And the Panthers, to start off the game, they just started off with explosive plays. There was really no pressure on Pacheco at all. He looked so comfortable back there. But as the game started to go on, CMS's pressure began to force Pacheco into things he didn't want to do. He took 2 sacks late in the half. And the CMS offense just has to get more consistent right now, you know? They have to put some more points up on the board for sure.
For sure, Jad. Hopefully Chapman can pull through. Now, let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Yeah, and on this first play here, we got Archie John on the kick return, taking it left up the field. Blockers in front of him, and he gets to the near 50-yard line before he's taken down. What a momentum play. And on the very same drive, we have Pacheco dropping back in play action, moving right, fakes out the defense, gets the ball all the way over the cornerback's heads and into the end zone for Zimmerman. What a play. And on this next play right here, we got Peter Boehm getting settled down into the game, avoiding the pressure, getting out of the pocket, and moving the ball. And he really kept that ball safe on that play, and that was a great play to move it.
Oh, but wait, here's Chapman responding yet again. Andrew Latu just running that ball in for a Chapman touchdown. He's an absolute dog. He goes in and snatches the line barely. And here's another play, this time by CMS. Cooper Nixon, a key player running back, getting a big carry right here. Big first down for CMS. And then right here, Chapman recovers the ball after the punter from the CMS side fumbles it, and that ultimately put Chapman in that perfect placement.
Thanks, Robert. Now, Jad, looking at the game so far, who are some of our key players on the field tonight?
Yeah, and we got Peter Boehm, the quarterback for the Sags. And yesterday, I'm not even sure he knew that he would be starting with the late injury to the starting quarterback, but he's really done a better job than I expected. You know, he took a lot of pressure in the first quarter, but after he got back from that injury, he's able to get back in the game and make some plays, and he eventually led that big touchdown drive to cut it to 1 score.
Right. I have to agree with you. Peter Boehm has definitely been performing tonight and delivering for the CMS team, but I have to give a shout out. I have to give credit where credit is due to my key player, and that's Cade Zimmerman, the wide receiver 1 for this Chapman squad. There's a reason why he's leading the SCIAC Conference in receiving yards tonight. As we saw with the first quarter, Zimmerman got a key touchdown right there early on and put Chapman on the board, and is a big reason why Chapman is still in the driver's seat going into the second half.
Yeah, and Robert, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Zimmerman has, simply put, been Pacheco's best friend this game. He's been open all game, and that's their playmaker right there. They keep getting the ball to him in open space. I trust that he'll keep making plays and eventually lead Chapman to the win.
Now, we know all about our players on the field tonight, but let's dive into the coaches. We have Coach Shine on the field for Chapman and Kyle Sweeney from CMS. Robert, what have you seen from them?
Well, Coach Shine is a very experienced coach in terms of offense. He was the offensive coordinator for Chapman since 2012. This is his first season, however, as a head coach. Since taking the helm, overall, Coach Shine has had 4 consecutive wins, 2 losses at the beginning of the season, a little bit of a slow start, and then as his time as offensive coordinator, of course, he had 4 SCIAC titles. But then you go to the CMS side, Coach Kyle Sweeney. This is his 15th season in the driver's seat for CMS. He has had his own record, 2 SCIAC titles, respectively.
Great. Now, let's talk about the other SCIAC games happening right now. Jad, what are the scores looking like?
Yeah, and what was a very shocking game between Pomona and Laverne. It's a blowout pretty much. Laverne is well on their way to victory here, which is just shocking. No one would have expected that considering their poor season. I hope they can pull it off personally. And we go up to Redlands versus Calou, we have another very tight game, unexpected. I think if Calou gets the ball to their playmakers in the open field, I trust that they will make the plays to win.
Yeah, and given what we're seeing tonight with the other games, if Chapman can just hold the line with this lead, maybe add to their lead with a few more points, Chapman can punch their ticket into the first seed for going into championship weekend. Of course, Chapman would want to have the home field advantage if they did punch their ticket, and so not only is a win necessary tonight, but a win next week against Pomona Pitzer is also critical for Chapman.
Thanks, guys. That's all from us right now here in the studio, but we'll see you after the game to talk about the final results.
Now you can keep the roses.
Welcome back for this second half of action here at Wilson Field. We're currently, as it stands, Chapman are holding a lead, but not by much. Chapman 16, CMS 10. Grateful to have you with us again up here in the commentators booth. Lucas Pan alongside Ethan Schlesinger. And what a game it was, Ethan. Talk to me. Obviously, Chapman started off flying excellently. They got the first touchdown, but then they slowed down, and CMS have come out absolutely flying, especially Cooper Nixon, who almost has 100 yards rushing already.
Yeah, Cooper Nixon is having a fantastic game. He is putting this CMS team on his back. They only have 20 passing yards. They only have 20 passing yards. He is their offense right now, and Chapman does not have an answer.
Yeah, well, so far they've been absolutely electric. This defense, interestingly enough, they're a very good defense around the SkyX. I believe second behind Cal Lutheran for the rush. However, for the pass, this game in particular, they've been a bit sloppier, obviously, or excuse me, for the rush, they've been excellent. For the pass, they've been great. So what do you think, this rush defense needs to become to go from good to great in this second half of action?
I think I'd like to see them stack the box a little bit more, put a couple more linebackers in there, really make Cooper Nixon work for it. Get the other running backs in, because Cooper Nixon has been the guy right now. Make CMS beat you throwing the ball.
Yeah, we'll take a look around the SkyAC to see how the scorings are currently as it stands. Interestingly enough, Ethan, Laverne are up with Pomona. Laverne have 19 and Pomona have 0. They have a shutout, so Laverne is pretty much, I'm speechless, you can tell, but Laverne has flipped everyone on their head and said, hey, we're still in the game. And Pomona, who are leading in their conference, pretty much have showed up and been confused by this Laverne team. And obviously we'll take a look at Redlands and Cal Lutheran. The third quarter with 11 and 47 seconds remaining are tied up at 3-3. So a game of defenses. We'll check on that as the game progresses. But for now, it'll be the Chapman Panthers kicking off for this second half of action. Kick is up. Let's see what CMS can do on the return. Fielded at the 3-yard line. Here comes the big return. Round one gets hit. Huge hit by this special teams unit, and that's how you get back into the swing of things. Brandon Brock on the tackle.
Yeah, you're going to get Cesar Fernandez running out of the end zone right here, and he is met and brought down by Brock.
Excellent tackle from the junior linebacker. We'll see it here on the replay. Well fielded. And Brandon Brock just dropped the hips and put his head into his elbow. Was able to drag him down at that, but they'll start in pretty bad field position on their own 11-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for CMS. Ball is played up, snap, handed off to Nixon, and he'll have some space. First play of the second half, and Nixon's on his way at the 40, 30. Will they catch up? Still going with it. Cooper Nixon, touchdown, CMS. What? Look at this replay, Ethan. The stiff arm from heaven, and Cooper Nixon took off into the green space for the first touchdown of this second half. Speechless.
I have no words. That is exactly how you want to start if you're CMS. A huge, explosive play by the man who is carrying this team right now.
Cooper Nixon flips this game on its head. And now, if the extra point is good from Brewer, they'll take the lead for the first time. Snap, kick, it's up, good. So CMS will take the lead. Their bench are in as much disbelief as we are. How did that happen? It was a good special teams play from Chapman, and then Cooper Nixon just ran through everybody.
An 84-yard touchdown, and the man who has been demonstrating his ability to run inside the box gets the chance to show off his speed, and nobody is able to bring him down.
We'll see it here again. He went through, it appears to be, Gavin stiff-armed a Chapman defender, and when he did that, it was green space in front of him. Still a lot of work to do. It was Caleb Padrin, a lot of players who almost caught up to him, but just stiff-armed them out of the way. 169 yards for the junior running back. In this game alone, he has ran more yards than in the previous 2 years. Obviously, in 2023 and 24, he had a total of 112 yards. Wow, a performance of a lifetime for the junior as CMS will kick it off again with 23 seconds gone by in this second half. Chapman will field it out of bounds. It'll be a flag.
This is another special teams error. Chapman now gets the ball.
Kicking team. First down at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line, just like the ref said.
A lot of SCIAC surprises so far on this Saturday here in October. It's almost Halloween, and some of the players around the SCIAC sure have brought out their treats. Cooper Nixon in particular, alongside the entire Laverne team, who still hold the lead against Pomona. Wow, it'll be Chapman's turn.
He's not even wearing a costume, but he looks scary.
No costume for Cooper Nixon on this one. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. False start, flag will be thrown. This Chapman side just seems to be absolutely bamboozled by that last play.
False start. Number 70, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
This is a momentum killer. Chapman has 7 penalties now for 55 yards to CMS's 1 for 5 yards. And a lot of these penalties have been drive killers or drive extenders for CMS.
Some frustrations from Tyler Pacheco on that one, telling his guys, hey, let's go, let's pick it up, come on, we got to move now that we're behind. 2 in the backfield for Pacheco. At the bottom of your screen is Brady Manzano. Zimmerman in the slot, hands it off to his running back, who's still going with it. He'll pick up a few, so that a good gain. Maybe he'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage. Currently, as it stands, that was a 1st and 15. We'll see it here on the replay again. Andrew Latu, the power back, grabbed onto it. Good job to just get back up to the original line of scrimmage. For now, it'll be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. That's not correct. 2nd and 4. What is that, 2nd and 9? 2nd and 9, there we go. Scoreboard, hands it off, keeps it to himself. Tyler Pacheco goes to the outside and just short, but stiff arms a man into the pylon. Releasing some maybe pent up stress from that original play. He'll do a good carry on that one. It appears it'll be a 3rd and short. You see it here on the replay, Ethan.
It's a great juke right there. Yeah, definitely getting out some pent out frustration right there, and hopefully that will help ignite this Chapman offense and get them more motivated.
Yeah, Chase Seal, the victim of that one. 2 in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 1. Hands it off, fumbled in the backfield. It's picked up by a lineman. Lane 40. Heaven sent awareness from the lineman to just recover that one. But for the first time, the Panthers are shaken up. We'll see it here again. It was an excellent knockout from Tom Burton. Has 4 tackles for loss so far in the season. That'll add up to his 5th one, and the Chapman Panthers will need to punt this one away. Snap is up. Here's the punt. He'll be fielded at around the 26-yard line. Tackled immediately. This game getting hot with some of these tackles. Excellent from the Chapman special teams on that one, letting out some frustrations on this time. It'll be Chris Rue.
Yeah, that's one of the plays where you have to call a fair catch. You know, you can hear the footsteps. You know you're going to get hit. Just make the catch and get the ball to the offense.
CMS now with another opportunity to extend their lead. It'll be a 1st down. I appear to be a false start, but that won't change the outcome of who has possession. You see Chris Rue after the tackle gassed. You don't blame him. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Stags. Handed off to Nixon, just trips on that one. A lucky break from this Chapman defense this time. A tackle was made. Lost yards on there. Colin Post came in. So
Colin Post is in for the injured Tate Zimmerman, and he's making his presence known right there.
It'll be a 2nd and 11 here. CMS at around the 25-yard line. Snap is made. A handoff to Nixon. Inside zone. He'll pick up a few. And now the Chapman Panthers starting to understand, hey, if Nixon gets his hands on the ball, just crowd that inside area, the A and B gap, and they do it excellently on that one for the short game. We'll see it here, Ethan. Tyler Boynton again wrapping him up. He's been excellent as an inside lineman. It'll be 3rd and 8 now. 4 receivers out there for the Stags. Ball is snapped. Boehm sacked. Hello. What a sack from Kyle Sieben. A momentum killer for CMS. And now they'll bring out the punt team, but Kyle Sieben, take a bow, young man.
He had no time to get that out. They only rushed 4, and they were able to get to Boehm very quickly. This is a great stand by the Chapman defense. Get the ball back to the offense, and then try and get some points on the board.
Kyle Sieben with his first individual sack of the season. That'll lead him to 1.5 sacks on the season. Eugene Miata in the backfield for the Panthers to return. Ball is played. Punt is up. It'll bounce and roll out of bounds. Here comes the double team. Will there be a flag on this near side? At CMS's 25-yard line nearest the Chapman's bench. Miata let that one roll out. Chapman Panthers will have the ball now. And now, with 10 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter, the Chapman Panthers need to start moving with momentum and maybe start jumping around, as you can hear with the music. I went away. That's a shame. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Chapman Panthers. Motions his receiver. Here comes the screen pass. Manzano picks it up. He'll get a few yards, and he'll go down at the 50-yard line. So we haven't seen too many screens, obviously, in that first half, Ethan. We saw a lot of screens from the Chapman Panthers going to Zimmerman or Manzano. See there on the replay, he just got absolutely corralled by the defense.
I think that's a great play just to kind of get this offense going. Get a few short completions, get that momentum, get down the rest of the field.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Casey Shine earlier. He likes to call those plays smart football. Not too much, not too little, just a healthy gain. That'll be 2nd and 5 from the 50. Hands it off to Fisher-Huss. He keeps it, Pacheco, but he gets swallowed at the line. A big tackle from Grady Johnson on that one. That'll bring up a 3rd down for the Panthers.
And Kruger was right there, too. They made Pacheco pay for running right at them that time.
And here we go, another 3rd down in this game. When you take a look at the 3rd down efficiency, it hasn't been great for the Chapman Panthers. Currently 3 and 7 in comparison to CMS's 3 and 9. Let's see if they can get it done on this one. 2 in the backfield. Hands it off to Fisher-Huss, who's still running. Was able to break a tackle, but got up. A lineman appeared to go down after the tackle, but able to stand up. Lucky from Teddy Bettner.
It looks like the offense is staying on the field for this one on 4th and 1.
And Coach Casey Shine likes to play aggressive football. 4th and 1. Hands it off. He'll pick it up. They took a risk, and it appeared to have paid off. Fisher-Huss picks up the 1st down after the 4th and 1 play. A risky move from head coach Casey Shine, but he understands offensive football, and they'll pick up a 1st down.
They live to see another day. And this is great. They've got a 1st down. Let's see if they can finish off this drive.
And Zano in the slot. 3 receivers out there. Zimmerman at the bottom of your screen. Shotgun snap. Pacheco will go for the pass. Throws an interception, but it's incomplete. Gabe Gangi Sarkanian almost picked that one off. The defensive lineman appeared to just float down into a hook. But incomplete pass, and almost Tyler Pacheco's first interception in a few games.
Yeah, that was, he's lucky. That was 6. That was 6. He flew over there. He read Pacheco's eyes and just made a play on the ball.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Pacheco drops back. Has to endure the sack. And Michael Hauk finally gets a sack. His 7th of the season. And the king of defense remains on his crown after sacking Tyler Pacheco.
Yeah, Michael Hauk just bull rushes, gets right through Teddy Bettner. And there's nowhere for Pacheco to go.
It'll be 3rd and 18. The Chapman Panthers are feeling that CMS pressure. We knew coming into this game that they had one of the best defensive fronts in the SCIAC, and now it'll be a long 3rd and 18. Manzano in motion to the right. Snap is played. Pacheco drops back. Goes around 1, around 2, but can he get him? Yes, he can! 3rd time of the night for Andrew Van Kumen. From no sacks coming into the game to 3. Number 41 for CMS has absolutely killed Chapman's offensive momentum with 3 sacks on the night. Turnover of possession.
This Stags D-line is showing why they have the most sacks in the SCIAC conference. They are absolutely dominating the Chapman offensive line since the first quarter.
4th and 25 now. They'll bring out the punt. A deep punt. Excellently done by Nichols. He'll return at the 9-yard line. Switches to inside. He'll get dragged down at around the 21-yard line. It is an excellent punt right there from Carson Nichols. The returner had to back up a little bit on that one, so excellent special teams from him. And CMS will go out to start their drive on the 21-yard line.
33 of the receiving team have come out for 1 play due to his helmet coming off.
Looks like Miles Grossman has checked back in the game after leaving with injury earlier, so that's good to see.
So now CMS will be back out there on their own 22-yard line. They got 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Here comes the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Nixon. Inside zone. He'll pick up a few for a small but smart gain. Cooper Nixon has been absolutely flying in this game on rush. It's those simple gains which really add up at the end, and Nixon's been doing tremendously.
I'm not gonna call him Derrick Henry, but when we watch Derrick Henry, you see a few yard gains. He'll a 2, a 3, a 4-yarder, and then he'll break off an 84-yarder. Just like we saw earlier, Cooper Nixon is having a fantastic game.
2nd and 8 for the Stags. Shotgun snap to Bohm. He looks to go deep. Here comes the pressure, just grounds that one. Smart play. He felt David Serrano coming alongside Nick Ramos. He just throws that one incomplete for a 3rd and 8.
That right there, that's called a smash concept. You're gonna have one guy go deep, you're gonna have one guy stay at the flats. It's supposed to make the corner choose, and Miles Grossman played it perfectly. He was close enough to the shorter route to make it so that he couldn't throw it, deep enough back to prevent the flag route. Kyle Sieben, I'm sorry.
Well, in German, Sieben means 7, and Miles Grossman does wear 7. So close enough on that one. It'll be a 3rd and 8 for CMS. Shotgun snap. Ball is thrown over. Can he get inside? Bulldogs him and picks up the first down. Excellent from Roman Ramirez. And CMS will move the sticks.
Ramirez has had a big couple of games. Last week he had the 23-yard walk-off touchdown, and here he is just bulldozing his way. He's just such a big body. I'm sorry, there's not much a defensive back can do against a big body tight end like that.
And that a big reason as to why in the modern game of football, tight ends are so pivotal to offenses. They can block. They have big enough bodies, especially Ramon Ramirez, who stands at 6'2", 225 pounds. When facing off against safeties, cornerbacks, and the like, just not much to do, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for CMS. Shotgun snap. Hands it out. Big hit on Nixon. He'll stay on his feet, but a good pickup.
Still a great gain by Nixon. It looks like Post is a little bit late to get out there. We'll see right here. But Nixon does get laid out by Caleb Padrid.
Well, Cooper Nixon has been, absolutely excellent. Typically, we mentioned it earlier in the game, the Chapman Panthers allow 76 rushing yards per game. He's almost put 100 on that, currently with 173. It'll be a 2nd and 4. Hands it off to Nixon, inside zone. Can he get the first down? A little bit short. So Cooper Nixon, the 174 yards now. He's getting close to putting 100 more over the Chapman's average defense on rush yards. We'll see it here on the replay, that inside zone. They just work it excellently every time they do it, don't they, Ethan?
They do. They are doing a fantastic job. That was a great tackle by Joey Bustos right there, though, preventing the extra yardage.
Listen to that crowd. 3rd and 3. A lot of work to do for Peter Boehm. Cooper Nixon to his right. High snap, hands it off. Outside zone, 1st down again. Unstoppable. Cooper Nixon. Another 1st down for CMS, and this is the football they want to play, Ethan. Slow but steady wins the race, and they are grinding that clock out as there's under 3 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter of action. We'll see it here again.
There's a lot of bodies moving around. You had Roman Ramirez running across the formation as a tight end. Usually you're going to try and follow that blocker, but they went the opposite way and were able to get the 1st down.
1st and 10, drops back. Here comes the pressure, and sacked! If it's not Cooper Nixon, it's going to be a sack. And on this instance, the Chapman Panthers get him again.
They really needed that sack. And I'm a little confused. CMS has had such success running the ball, and Chapman has not been able to prove that they can stop it every time. I would just keep running the ball until the Chapman defense can stop it.
Yeah, it was an excellent rush, and then eventually got tackled. The freshman R.J. Cannon, his 1st sack of his career. Obviously, this one of his debuts when it comes to being on the starting 2-man. And now it'll be 2nd and 15. Hands it off, not to Cannon this time. Big stiff arm, but still going in. Boyden comes in like a rock. This has been the Tyler Boynton Show on defense. And again, the sophomore comes up. We'll see it here. His 7th tackle of the night. Look at that, Ethan. Him and Joey Bustos.
This is the fire the defense needed. You got so many bodies. Sure, Jackson was able to break the 1st tackle, but you got a ton of Chapman bodies running to get him down. That is what this defense needed.
3rd and 18 now for CMS. We'll see what they can do here. Bunch formation. They might try a screen at the bottom of your screen. Yep, there's the screen. Picks it up. Can he get tackled? Running in space. Still going. Can he pick up the 1st down? Gets dragged down, but they'll pick it up. Wow. What a play from Noah Makapulai, But we called it up here in the booth, didn't we, Ethan?
We did. Noah Makapulai. He's not had a great game up until this moment. He had a couple drops. But here he is breaking tackles, showing off his elusiveness. He is a shifty guy. He's a small guy. 5'7", 160 out of Honolulu, Hawaii. But he gets them the 1st down.
Well, of course, Tyler Boynton is the one who gets the tackle. We'll see it here. Bang, right there. So humble from the defensive lineman to run 20 yards back. But for now, it'll be a 1st and 10. High snap, handed off to his running back and gets swallowed at the line. Let's make guesses on who made that tackle. I'm saying Tyler Boynton, and might not have been him. We'll see it here on the replay as the timeout is called.
This is the end of the third quarter. Timeout.
So CMS has been running very, very, very strong in this third quarter after they took the lead. If you're just checking in, Lucas Patton here alongside Ethan Schlesinger. And it's been a very, very good half from CMS. But now with a bit of information down there on the sidelines, Tyron Martin has something. Tyron, what do you got for us this time?
Coach Shine's game plan really appears to be working, as Chapman's O-line has really allowed Tyler Pacheco to have some time to really go through the motions and really give him time to make those connections to his receivers. CMS and Chapman has really been battling out on offense and defense to really keep this game close. But CMS just lost Harry Zhao, one of their top receivers, and Chapman just lost Miles Grossman, one of their defensive backs. So it'll be really interesting to see how the rest of this game pans out going into the fourth and final quarter.
That hit, and obviously he mentioned a big loss with Harry Zhao, but the CMS defense has still been holding out excellently, is only allowed around 16 points from this Chapman side.
Yeah, and 13 of those happened in the first quarter. After that first quarter, this CMS defense has really locked down.
Yeah, well, this fourth quarter is going to be very interesting. Obviously, in that third quarter, it was very, very contested. We'll take a look at it now. And, of course, it was that huge run from the man, Cooper Nixon. And, I mean, he's been absolutely speechless this game. When we take a look at some of his stats, he's been running hard, 179 yards. He's put up 100 yards more than the Chapman Panthers typically allow in general.
He is having a fantastic game, and this is the running back they were missing since they lost Justin Edwards to graduation. Cooper Nixon is playing remarkably.
Yeah, we might not have expected it, but some frustrations from this Chapman side, down by one. It's the first time that the Chapman Panthers this season are down by 1 point entering the fourth quarter.
And down by one because of a special teams error. That one PAT could change the entire game.
We'll see if Carson Nichols will remember this one in nightmares in coming days, or if he'll be able to be jubilant with the win. Only 15 minutes left to decide that one as we enter the final quarter of action here at Wilson Field, and it'll be a CMS ball, 2nd and 10. Snap is made, false start, a pretty clear one on that one. So Ethan, during this timeout, let's talk. Let's settle down a little bit. What does Chapman need to do to come back in this game?
False start. Number 56, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, false start from the offense on that one. That'll help out the Panthers defense. But what does Chapman need to do? So far this season, they've entered fourth quarters down, but not by this close of a margin. Obviously, when they play Hardin-Simmons, they had a lot more of an uphill battle at the beginning of the season. What do they need to do with a small margin coming into the fourth?
I think they need to stop Cooper Nixon and get the ball to Cade Zimmerman.
100%. Simple words from him. It'll be 2nd and 15. Snap is made. Play action, finds his big tight end, who just is able to squeeze in and gets back about a gain of 5 on that one from Wilson Schwartz. He's had a relatively good game as a backup tight end.
After having 0 catches throughout the entire season, I think he's up to 2 or 3 now, and he's having a great game. He almost slips by. That was a very close, very good tackle right there.
And here we go. Let's see if they do the screen on the bottom of your screen. Bunch formation on a 3rd and 11. They did it last time. Yep, here comes the screen. They fake it and he'll run, but gets drilled. Tyler Boynton combining with Andrew Buck to get the tackle for loss on that one. It'll be 4th and 11. 4th and 9, excuse me.
Tyler Boynton is playing. He's playing like he is so experienced. Look at him. He's getting held right there, and he is always running to the ball. We saw him earlier running 20 yards to track down a slot receiver, and here he is consistently making a big impact on the game.
Yep, well, the punt will be back out. This is a good opportunity to pin the Panthers back. We saw it earlier in the game when Brewer pinned them on the 4-yard line. Snap is up. Bit of a lofter. It'll go down at around the 11-yard line, so still a good punt to put them inside their own red zone. And Chapman will come out with a lot of work to do if they want to tie or win the game. Currently as it stands, however, they're trailing by 1.
I would like to see the Chapman offense go to Cade Zimmerman. I don't think he has had a catch since the first or early second quarter. Get him a hitch route, throw him something to get him going. He is a playmaker. Or even, you know what, throw him a shot, throw him a deep shot. Give him a chance, because when he goes up for a ball, it's not a 50-50 ball, it's a 90-10 ball.
Yeah, it's been a while since we saw a deep ball from the Chapman Panthers. For now, it'll be 1st and 10 from their own red zone. They'll fake the snap. They try to get him to jump offside, but to no avail. Here's the snap. He'll fake the throw and run it for himself. Drops the shoulder. He'll pick up a few. He appeared to have Zimmerman relatively open on this near side of the field, but elected to take it for himself. It appears it'll be a 2nd and 6, I believe. Yep, 2nd and 6.
This is a big drive for the Chapman offense. Oh my goodness, and Pacheco. He will put his head down. He tried to get every possible yard because he knows how important it is.
Second and 6. Hands it off to Fisher Huss, who finds some space. He'll pick up maybe a few. And this a dangerous opportunity on 3rd down. Obviously, so far in this game, when it comes to 3rd down conversions, Chapman still 3 and 9. Statistically speaking, CMS has been better, 6 and 13. So Chapman has only had 33% of their 3rd down conversions made. This one, it'll be 3rd and 3. See what they can do. Handoff. Pacheco will hold on to it, breaks into some space. Stiff arm, hello. He'll pick up the 1st down. After a big truck, he'll get the 1st down, and look at him. That's the energy that this Chapman offense needs to get themselves back into the game. And the leader quarterback keeps it for himself. We'll see it here again.
And what does Chapman do? What does Coach Shine do? He gives the ball to the reigning SCIAC Offensive Player of the Week and tells him, hey, get this 1st down, and Pacheco does that.
Yeah, just dropped his shoulder and trucked Andrew Van Komen on this one. Obviously, the linebacker has 3 sacks in this game, so I'm sure Pacheco will feel good about that one. We'll see Zimmerman at the bottom of your screen has a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, hands it off to Fisher Huss again. Gets into some space. He'll pick up enough. Almost a 1st down. It'll be a 2nd and 1.
Seems like this running game is starting to get going, which has been a long time, but as long as it gets going, Chapman has a great chance to get down this field and get in a scoring position.
2nd and 3 now, excuse me. We'll see the same formation from the Panthers. Zimmerman at the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers at the top. Snaps made. Pacheco keeps it, breaks it to some space, and rolls his way to the 48-yard line. Another 1st down. And here comes that signature swagger that Tyler Pacheco has when he runs the football. The chains will move for a Chapman 1st down.
That is a great run by Pacheco and also a fantastic tackle by Andrew Carrasquillo. That play could have gone for a lot longer, but he makes that ankle tackle to get Pacheco down.
Look at this. Barely anyone stopping him. He'll send Zimmerman in motion to the top of the screen. Here comes maybe a bit of a screen pass. Pacheco will take it, fakes it, takes it for himself. Around 1, still going. He'll get tackled. Appeared to be an 8-yard gain on that one. Another tackle from Andrew Van Komen. This matchup of linebacker and quarterback has seemingly been going on for the entire game. Chapman are starting to move with some momentum.
That's a great decision by Pacheco right there to tuck it and run. But everyone was covered. There was nowhere to throw. He gets a positive gain, gets him in a great position for 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. Chapman on around. Pacheco standing at the 50. Snap, hands it off to Fisher Huss, who gets drilled at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. And an excellent tackle on this one from Zeke Valles, the senior from Oceanside. Zeke Valles playing on both sides of the football. Obviously on defense, he's a backup. And he's the starting left guard. Amazing energy from him to be able to play both sides of the ball, especially in this competitive of a game. And for now, it'll be 3rd and 2 on the 45-yard line for the Chapman Panthers. And here we go. Luke Jones with the snap. Hands it off to Latu. Pacheco will keep it for himself, sneaks his way in to pick up the first down. And Tyler Pacheco is really taking this offense under his shoulder. Chapman will move it for a first down.
Look at this extra effort by Pacheco here. After he gets hit, that last spin, that's what gets him the first down.
Nothing that Gabe Gangi-Sarkanian could do. The captain, defensive lineman, number 99 for CMS. He tackled him, but Pacheco just slivered his way away from his grasp to pick up the first down. Manzano in the slot. Here comes the snap. Pacheco will hold it on to him again, running with space. There's the block. Picks up the first down again. Back-to-back first downs from Tyler Pacheco. And you can slowly but surely feel the pot cooking on this one, Ethan. The water's boiling, and Tyler Pacheco is the master at work. Picks up another first down. And here we go. Zimmerman at the top of your screen. To cover two safeties in the backfield. They'll find Latu at the line of scrimmage. Not too much on that one.
Nothing on that one, just like you said. I want to give a shout out to a guy whose name we haven't said a lot, Jackson Muzzy. He is putting in all the effort. You'll see him running across the line, hitting the defensive end. Those hits hurt. They do not feel good, and he is putting his body on the line so his team can get those extra yards.
Jackson Muzzy, the tight end, playing a bit like a pulling tackle, you could say, switching from one side of the line to the other. Here comes the shotgun snap. Pacheco goes deep. Zimmerman is found. Cash Henjum, excuse me. Maybe the soon-to-be Zimmerman. The freshman catches this one. An excellent curl route from him.
It's a great route, especially by a freshman. This is a big moment in a big game, and he does not matter. It does not matter to him. He makes the play when it counts, gives him 3rd and 1.
3rd and 2, and the Chapman Panthers are looking. CMS pressing all the way up. Snap, fakes the handoff, takes it for himself. First down, he's still running with it. Drops the shoulder, still goes forward. Not often do you see a quarterback take an offense all by himself. Look at that, Ethan. And not only is that great offense from him, but that is against Grant Foster. So, I mean, an excellent play from the quarterback, dropping the shoulder and absolutely stiff-arming him to high heck, you could say. 1st and 10 on this one. Snap is made, hands it off to Latu on this one. He'll be met at a gain of a few. Handing it off to his running back, maybe taking a second to catch a breath. Can't blame him, can you, Ethan?
No, he is a dog. He is putting in the work. I feel like I have seen him run down this entire field. So he got that little break with Latu's run right there. And it was a good run. It looks like he ran right into the back of the tackles, but they were able to get him 5 more yards and set up 2nd and 5.
All right, 2nd and 5. Snap is made, keeps it for himself again, drops the shoulder, but this time he gets met. George Kruger reading Tyler Pacheco's eyes and tackles him on that one. That's to be expected from the veteran linebacker who's had a bit of a quiet game.
Especially after his 20 tackle game last week, but he is still making it. He was trying to get that ball right there. Look at him, he's trying to reach for that ball. It's a great play by Kruger.
And here we go, 3rd and 5. Chapman tried to catch him off. CMS holding their nerves. Under 5 minutes remaining in this final quarter. Snap is made, throws deep, pass interference. Cade Zimmerman knew exactly what he was doing on that one and gets the better of Andrew Cascarillo.
Pass
Standing
interference.
at 6,
Number 21,
3,
defense.
Cade Zimmerman.
The foul
That is
occurred in the end
100% the
zone.
guy you're trying to
It's
throw
first
the
down
fade
at the
into
2-yard
zone.
line.
And Andrew Carrasquillo stands at 5'10". That 5-inch difference, I'm throwing it up to Zimmerman every time. It's like we said earlier, it's more of a 90-10 ball, less of a 50-50 ball.
And here we go from the 2-yard line. It'll see if they can get it here. Snap is made, hands it off. Touchdown, Panthers! Two for Andrew Latu today. And at this stage of the game, that touchdown could be pivotal in how this game results. Look at him. Confidence of a man who just won the lottery. And for his sake, a 2-touchdown game is essentially winning the lottery against a school rival, Ethan.
100%. And that touchdown's great, but now this play is huge, his 2-point conversion.
They fake it. Here comes the throw. Carson Nichols gets the throw. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Tyler Pacheco, stays out there and then finds his receiver was wide open. What a throw, and Nate Krautwald, like sauerkraut, catches that loaf of bread pass into his hands for a 2-point conversion. And that will be huge if CMS want to come back in this game.
Wow. That is a great play by Nate Krautwald, who has not been in a lot. He has not been in a lot, and there he makes one of the, probably the biggest play of the game, giving Chapman a 1-score lead.
The injured Jess Norton hyping up his team on that one. Speechless. And now the Chapman Panthers have flipped it on its head. CMS need a touchdown if they want to come back now. They can't settle for a field goal. They'll kick this one deep. Here comes the return. They tackle him. Fernandez on the return. He'll pick up a few. And here comes this Chapman defense. They need to really contain Cooper Nixon if they want to run a home with a win.
They need to have a disciplined drive on this defensive drive. They cannot make mistakes. They cannot make any dumb penalties that can come back to bite them.
And here we go. It appears that around the SCIAC, results have gone in Chapman's favor. So if they win this game, they will host the SCIAC Finals. Nixon picks up a good gain on that one. From the way it looks right now, Chapman will clinch SCIAC champions at home the game if they win against CMS. We'll take a look around the SCIAC as it stands in the fourth quarter. Laverne currently have 26 against Pomona's 6. Laverne have really showed up on this one. 2nd and 6 snap. Hands it off to his tight end, who gets met by a defender. Excellent defense from this Chapman Panthers to be able to read it, and Roman Ramirez picked up that shovel pass.
Ramirez goes across the formation into the flats and is brought down by Steven. Ramirez has been a safety blanket for Bohm throughout this game.
It'll be 1st and 10 now. CMS running with momentum. Chapman Panthers need a stop with under 4 minutes. Here comes the sack. The pressure's there. They grab him, and it's down. Tyler Boynton. The game of the sophomore's career. Wow. That is 10th tackle of the night as an interior defensive lineman. Oh my goodness. Wow. Second and 12 now. Snap is made, drops back, picks up the tight end. Goes around 3 defenders until he eventually gets dropped out of bounds. Roman Ramirez. Some strong running from the big tight end.
If I'm CMS, I love that matchup, Ramirez versus any of the quarterbacks. Like we said earlier, Ramirez is a big body. You cannot try and thump him. You have to wrap him up and pray that you bring him down, and he was able to run over Miles Grossman right there.
Wow, 3rd and 2 now.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout. Well, let's talk around the SCIAC now, Ethan. Currently, as it stands, only 7 minutes remaining in that Laverne game, and they're holding a huge lead. Laverne holding 26 in comparison to Pomona's 8. Wow. Laverne with some surprises will move it over, and Redlands are also leading against Cal Lou, so all the underdogs seem to be winning. Earlier in this game, it seemed to be that way too with CMS in the lead, but Chapman were able to crawl their way back up. And Chapman, if they can win it here, it'll mean a lot for the postseason.
Laverne is searching for their first win, and a lot of times that means that these guys are playing extra hard. And Chapman actually plays Laverne 2 weeks from now. And this game, based off what we've seen of this new Laverne team, it'll be a great game then too.
The crowd loving the music and loving the energy as well, I'm sure. Tyler Boynton, that man right there, has been absolutely electric. 10 total tackles, 2 solo tackles for losses. That's 1 solo sack. I mean, this is the game of his career for the sophomore. It'll be 3rd and 2 now, and if the Chapman Panthers can stop him on this one, it'll mean the world. Kyle Sieben hyping everyone up. And here we go. 3rd and 2. Boehm. Here comes a throw. Catches it. James Ryan will hold that one, and they'll move the chains. CMS playing the quick offense. We'll see it here on the replay. Boehm just finds his receiver on the slant. And here we go. They're moving quickly. 3 receivers to the top. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Snap is made. Peter Boehm. Pass is made. Will they call a PI? No, they won't. So an excellent press from this Chapman defensive line. Jaden Rote tried to get that one, but couldn't. It'll be 2nd and 10, Ethan.
After that hit to Roman Ramirez a few plays earlier, it seems like Miles Grossman came out, and freshman corner Zach Castillo came back in, and that's who was picked on that last dig route.
2nd and 10 for Peter Boehm. He's been a bit shaky in some of these moments. Snap will be played. Here comes the pressure. Goes deep. Fumbles that one. Caleb Padrid could have wrapped this game up in a present. Just popped out of his hands.
That would have been his 2nd interception of the year. He had 3 picks last season, which was tied for 2nd. And this guy, that could have ended the game, and he is going to want that back.
A game-defining moment from Caleb Padrid. Just couldn't hold it. Let's see what Peter Boehm can do on this one. Look, you have to catch that at this level. It'll be 3rd and 10 now from the 40-yard line. Bunch formation. They go deep. Catches it again. He's running. It'll be fumbled in the end zone. Pick it up. They got it. They'll deem it complete pass at the 1-yard line. James Ryan, the receiver, ran a slant in and held
The
onto
ruling
the
on the
ball.
field is that the runner was down prior to the ball coming loose. It's first down.
They'll deem it first down. We'll take a look at it again here. Catches it. Let's see. That comes out before
That
he hits the
ball
ground,
is
Nico.
out.
Ethan, that's a fumble.
That is 100% a fumble, and the refs completely missed this call. Wow, that is a game-changing call right there.
They have to challenge it.
That was a fantastic play by Gowdy.
Chapman
Hustled all
calls
the
her
way.
first time out of the half. 60 seconds.
They'll call the
Clock
timeout.
operator, please reset the game clock to 1:14. Thank you.
I don't know how you missed that. We saw that from up here in the booth. That is a game-changing call right there. That is such a clutch play by Jacob Gowdy. To not just tackle him before the line, but punch the ball out. The awareness. That's the peanut punch. Charles Tillman. Wow, that is a fantastic play by the preseason third-team All-American.
Well, according to NCAA rules, coaches are allowed to make one challenge per game. We'll see how this one plays out. It was an excellent peanut punch, as you mentioned, from Gowdy. The ball will be placed on the 1 yard line, Ethan. Handoff to Nixon. He'll pick up the touchdown. And a game changer from the sophomore running back. His second of the game.
Officials timeout for an offensive player injury.
A player will go down. 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining here. And CMS have got the touchdown. We'll see it here. Cooper Nixon. Game of a lifetime for the running back.
I think we all knew who the ball was going to.
100%.
Goal line. He's up to 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. He is having the game of his college career, easily the best game. But Chapman, unfortunately, did not get that fumble call. That set up this Cooper Nixon touchdown.
Cooper Nixon with a net of 184 yards coming into this game. In his entire career, he's at 205. So he's almost doubled his career stats in this game alone. Here comes the kick from Samuel Brewer. Let's see if Chapman iced the kicker. Kick is up. Perfect. And the game is all tied up. We couldn't ask for a better display of football, could we, Ethan?
Definitely not, and I knew there was no way that Samuel Brewer was going to miss that kick, especially after he hit a field goal on the last play of the game of regulation last week that sent it to OT. The reigning SCIAC Special Team Player of the Week knocks it through the uprights to tie up the game.
Well, around the SCIAC, it still remains the same. Laverne still with 26 in comparison to Pomona's 8. We'll see this big gain again. He goes down, ball is out, then the knees hit the ground. In theory, Ethan, obviously you know a little bit more about football than I do. But if the ball comes out before the knees hit the ground, that and theoretically is deemed to be a fumble, if I'm correct.
Not theoretically, it is a fumble, and the refs did not get that one right.
Well, we'll see if the Chapman Panthers can come back. Obviously, the referees have the ultimate say, and it's all tied up at 24. We could see some fireworks here at Wilson Field. Ladies and gentlemen, the kick is up. It'll bounce out of bounds, so Chapman will have good field positioning at the 35-yard line.
Kick out of bounds.
Like we said, the entire game special
First
teams
down
is so important.
at the 35-yard line.
That is a terrible mistake by the CMS kicking unit. Chapman gets great field position, on the 35-yard line with 2 timeouts. This is more than enough time to get in Carson Nichols' field goal range or even score a touchdown.
A mistake from Samuel Brewer on that one. Obviously, he was the one who tied the game up. And now, with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in this last quarter of action, it'll be 1st and 10. Zimmerman motion to the left. Scrambling, flag is thrown, catches it Fisher Huss. They'll bring that one back for a holding call.
Holding, number 52, offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Wow. Lane Forte, the victim of that holding call, and yeah, that's a pretty clear one. Just tugged on the jersey. Obviously, when you're a lineman, the rules are you have to keep your hands inside of the chest of the person you're blocking. Just grabbed the back of his jersey on that one, and he knew it as well.
Yeah, it was right in front of the ref. Nothing he can do about it. Just got to move on to the next play. Although 1st and 20 is a lot harder than 1st and 10.
We've seen moments of wizardry from Tyler Pacheco in this season. 1st and 20. Screen to Zimmerman. He'll take off. He'll pick up a few. 3 short of the initial line of scrimmage. So that a good gain. Obviously, you want to get a little bit more. We'll see it here on the replay, but it'll be a 2nd and 13. So a good response to that. Obviously, 2nd and 13, not ideal, but it's better than a 2nd and 20, Ethan.
Yes, Chapman's kind of in a dangerous position right now because if they don't get the first down, CMS still has 3 timeouts, and that's enough time to get down the field and try a field goal.
Here we go, 2nd and 13. Pacheco. Deep ball. Cash Hedgem's got it! The freshman will pick up the first down. Flag is thrown.
Chapman calls their 2nd time out of the half. Correction.
We'll wait to see what the decision is on this one, but Cash Hedgem, the freshman who came in to replace Emilio Pucci who came in to replace Jason Bruce, essentially maybe even the 4th string wide receiver on this team.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
A help from the referees on that one. That'll move Chapman all the way up and approaching the red zone. Wow, Ethan, what's to be said?
That is a great play by the freshman. That was very nearly a pick, but he came back to the ball. A lot of times the freshmen, they might fade away, but he came back to the ball, used his body to shield it from the defender, and made a fantastic catch.
Hand off, still running with it, the captain fumbled! And they'll pick it up, but a lineman gets in there. We'll see what the call is deemed. It appeared that a lineman stripped it back. And it was Lane Forte, I believe. We'll see what the calling is. Ball was fumbled, Lane Forte came in.
Is a fumble recovered by the offense. Chapman calls their 2nd timeout of the half.
Chapman will call a timeout, but Lane Forte, the man who had the holding call that put him in the difficult position earlier, strips it back from the defense, recovered the fumble, and then got the ball to himself to save his quarterback captain out.
That is the 2nd fumble recovery of the game for Lane Forte. Wow, that is such a clutch play to also just be following the quarterback because you never know what will happen, and that is why possibly just saved Chapman's game right there.
Wow. You don't see that often, do you, Ethan? Ball fumbled, defense gets it, but then an offensive lineman comes in, peanut punches it himself and gets the ball back. For now, it'll be a 1st and 10 on the 22. This is field goal territory as well. Let's see what they do with it on this one. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Pacheco takes it for himself. He'll go down after the gain. Kruger strips it. Let's see what they call it. It was deemed dead, and then Kruger stripped it.
Kruger has 3 forced fumble on the year. He 100% is trying to rip that ball, and we've seen it throughout the game. He wants that ball. He wants them to turn it over, but the refs blew it dead.
And Chapman have a timeout left. They'll wait till the final second, specifically 3 left on the
Chapman
clock.
calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half. 60 seconds.
It will be up to the senior kicker, Carson Nichols, to see if he can win this game and send Chapman University to the SCIAC finals. My goodness, Ethan. The stakes couldn't be any higher here at Wilson Field.
I don't think we could have asked for a better game than we've gotten tonight. Players on both sides are performing well, especially the underclassmen. You got Cash Henjum making that big play to get them even in field goal range, and you've got Tyler Boynton on the defensive line just wreaking havoc.
Well, here we go. Carson Nichols this season, he's attempted 7, only made 4. He had 1 blocked against Redlands on homecoming. CMS will call a timeout, I believe.
Claremont calls their 1st timeout of the half.
They'll
60
try
seconds.
to ice him. My heart is in my throat right now, Ethan. This game, wow.
Last week for CMS, it came down to a kick, and they were on the winning side of that game. Carson Nichols has the game in his hands right now. His season long is 39 yards, and that's what he's going to be kicking at in a few moments.
Well, earlier this season, I had the opportunity to speak with Coach Casey Shine, and he told us that the player that he had the most confidence in was kicker Carson Nichols. Kick is all blocked! Mateo Martinez will pick it up, however. Fumbled again, they gotta get it. Still fumbled, bouncing around. This game is gonna go into overtime. My, oh my.
This is the end of the 1st quarter.
End of the 4th quarter will go into overtime here at Wilson Field. The fireworks at Disneyland are going on behind us. And wow, heartbreak for the Chapman Panthers. They had it there, but just couldn't get it through, and we'll push it into overtime, Ethan.
That, what we said earlier, special teams has been the difference in this game. That snap was too high. You see the holder had to go up to get it and get it down. It was not quick enough. And special teams, again, has been the deciding factor in this game.
Yeah, special teams has been the deciding factor, and it all comes back to that missed PAT from Carson Nichols earlier in this game. Not able to get the field goal on that one. It'll tie it up, and we'll go into overtime here at Wilson Field. So, Ethan, we've seen CMS in that second half kind of slowed down. Obviously, it started with that ridiculous Cooper Nixon, what was it, an 80-something yard rush touchdown as the first play, one of the first plays in the 3rd quarter. What do you think the Chapman Panthers and the Stags need to do to really level the playing grounds in overtime?
I think, again, if the Stags want to score, you got to go to your guy who's hot, Cooper Nixon. You got to keep trusting in him, and the Chapman defense was able to kind of shut him down after that long run. So I feel good if I'm Chapman. We've stopped him. We've contained him. We just got to do it a few more times.
Yeah, it's going to be real tight here in overtime. When we come back, we'll take a little bit of a look at how the SCIAC standings are as we go back down to the field. The team captains will go back around for the coin toss. And wow, this game.
Gentlemen, congratulations on a great game so far. We're going to head into extra periods now. Each team will get one possession from the 25-yard line, regular football. We'll toss the coin. The winner of the coin will receive the choice of offense, defense, or side of field. You cannot defer your choice in the extra periods. A reminder, the football logo is heads. The conference logo is tails. Claremont is the visiting team. You may call the toss.
Tails.
Tails is the call. We're looking for the conference logo. It is heads. Chapman, you've won the toss. Chapman has won the toss. They will go on defense to start the extra period. First down, Claremont.
Claremont will start this first overtime period off. And if you're unfamiliar with how overtime works in NCAA, each team gets one opportunity from the 25-yard line to score. And if they go past that, it's 2-point conversions till one team fails. Welcome to the jungle, ladies and gentlemen, here at Wilson Field. We'll take a look at that replay of the block kick, Carson Nichols. Excellent special team blocking from CMS. And the kicker won't be able to convert.
And I'm pretty sure that was blocked by Michael Hauk, which that makes it his third block of the season. The 6'5", 220-pound senior is just able to get up and block that kick.
If you're Coach Kyle Sweeney, you know how to deal with these high-pressure situations. Obviously, last year, the most winning class graduated, so this year's really been experimental for him to figure out who his top players are. CMS will start at the 25-yard line in this first period of overtime. And all that will come at the hands of backup Peter Bohm. Handoff to Nixon, goes outside, cuts back inside, picks up a first down and an excellent start from the CMS side, scrumming him all the way up. He'll pick up a few after that scrum. And Cooper Nixon has been seemingly unstoppable on the rush in this one. Already with 2 touchdowns in this game. It'll be first and goal for CMS. Back to Nixon, inside zone. Gets to around the 1-yard line. And as they're at the 1-yard line, we'll take a look around the SCIAC. Cal Lou brought Redlands, and they're also into overtime. And Laverne absolutely destroyed Pomona 26-8. A bit of an upset there. We'll see what happens here. Second and goal. Snap, hands it off. They meet him at the line. Gets tackled for a loss on that one. Joey Bustos picked him up, and of course, Tyler Boynton was there. He's been everywhere, Ethan.
He has been everywhere, and this is going to be the biggest sequence of the game for this Chapman defense. And it'll be interesting to see if they continue to go to Cooper Nixon or if they'll use him as a decoy.
Two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Cooper Nixon to the right. Keeps it himself. Bohm with the throw. Got it! Tyler Shalhoub's got it for CMS. And now it'll be the Panthers' turn to respond. Look at this play. Absolutely beautiful from Peter Bohm to let his receiver get open. And nothing that Miles Grossman could do. And now we'll see if the extra point is made.
That's a big play by Shalhoub, especially coming back after that early drop in the game. He comes back, makes the catch to put CMS up.
Samuel Brewer has been great in this one. Kick is up, and it's good. So now Chapman are the ones who need to respond in this first period of overtime. CMS got it, and they currently hold the lead 31-24. This is the first time that Chapman has entered overtime this season. And what a team to do it with as well, school rival CMS.
CMS is now on back-to-back overtime games.
And here we go, Tyler Pacheco. Outside handoff to Latu, has a gap. Zimmerman with the block, still running. An excellent response from the junior Andrew Latu. And they've been going to him a lot in this game. We'll see it here again. Goes outside. An excellent run and an excellent block from Cade Zimmerman as well.
Safety Nick Wild did not take a great angle right there, and Latu was able to make him pay.
First and goal. Pacheco gets it! Tyler Pacheco takes Chapman under his wing and gets the touchdown. And now it'll be up to Carson Nichols to make it work. Look at this!
And look at that block by the man we said earlier, Jackson Muzzy, absolutely dominating his guy, and Pacheco running over George Kruger, the SCIAC tackling leader.
Carson Nichols, a moment alone. Kick is up, good. He executes this time. And we'll go into the second period of overtime here at Wilson Field. I'm sure his nerves were all over the place, but straight through the middle of the uprights. And it's all tied at 31. It'll be back in the hands of Tyler Pacheco to put them into this lead in overtime. Pacheco keeps it, goes around Kruger, still running. Tyler Pacheco! Picks up the first down, just by a hair goes out of bounds. We'll see it here on the replay. It's real close, Ethan, but I think that's a good call.
I agree. So close. That's a great tackle by the CMS defense.
Ball is played inside. Pacheco gets stopped at the 1. It's real close. It'll be a 2nd and 1 for Tyler Pacheco. Just before the goal line.
Pacheco's now up to 25 attempts carrying the ball for 127 yards. He has been a workhorse this game.
Handoff to Latu. Got it! Chapman will respond with a touchdown of their own and a hat trick for Andrew Latu on the night. And an avalanche of defenders fell on him after, but he was able to hold on. And Chapman will go for the 2-point, it appears. No risk, no reward. And Casey Shine understands high-pressure football. It'll all be in the hands of Tyler Pacheco for these 2 points. Four-man rush. Time in the pocket. Pacheco. Here's the throw. Intercepted! And luckily, that interception won't mean the worst, although CMS now just need a touchdown and an extra point to win it away from home. Wow.
Pacheco would have held on just a little bit longer. He had, I believe it was Manzano, a receiver running across the middle of the end zone who looks open, but the pressure got to him and he rolled out. That is a great play by the CMS defense and great by the defensive backs to defend as long as they did.
And here we go. CMS and the backup, Peter Boehm, with an opportunity to make history. Here's the throw, drilled, but he's got it. Roman Ramirez with an excellent grab. They'll move it in. Wilson Schwartz, excuse me.
That is a clutch catch by a guy who did not have a catch entering today, and now he has 3.
And Chapman need a stop if they want to run away with the win. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 15, 14-yard line. Peter Boehm, false start. Had Nixon ready to run, but
False start. Number 6, offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
false start from James Ryan will send them back.
That is only Claremont's 5th penalty. They've played a pretty disciplined game, but this one could be very, very costly.
Snap is played. Nixon doesn't get too much on that one. He'll be swallowed up at the line. Jacob Gowdy finishing him off on that one. Tyler Boyne, of course, he has been everywhere on defense in this game as an inside defensive lineman. Somehow, he's blanketed the majority of this game. It'll be 2nd and 15. Bohm throws it up, just a little too far on that one. Jacob Gowdy was there, but it'll be incomplete for a 3rd and 15.
This is a fantastic play by Gowdy. He does not pass interfere, which is hard, especially with a guy on the inside like that. He does a great job defending the pass. And now it's 3rd and 15, putting CMS in a very difficult position.
Chapman calls their timeout for the second extra period. 60 seconds.
Chapman will call a timeout. And these final 2 plays could close the doors on CMS. And in the contrary, if CMS gets a touchdown, the extra point would send Chapman home with the loss. We'll see it here on the replay. Bohm lucky to not get that one picked off by Gowdy. And this is the tackle that he made earlier on 1st down.
That's exactly what you want to see from your defensive tackle, Boynton. He's extending his arms so that he can rip through and make the tackle. You need to do that so you can see what's going on. You're also plugging the hole. That is, Boynton has played a fantastic game. And even if he didn't make that tackle, he is still making a huge impact plugging that hole.
Peter Bohm passes it. Too far on that one. And it will come down to the final play in double overtime. Bohm drops it! Through guts and glory, the Chapman Panthers will take away the win in double overtime. Wow.
You're going to see Chapman send pressure. They want Bohm to get the ball out fast because they know he has to get it 15 yards at least. And he had his man in the end zone, Quentin Craig, but they were just not able to connect. And Chapman is able to come out on top.
It came down to the final play of the game. This defense comes up strong. You have to take your hat off to CMS, however. They were absolutely excellent, averaging 18 points per game, putting up 31 in this game.
31 against a Chapman defense that only allows 17 per game. Running the ball for over 200 yards against a Chapman defense that only allows 76 yards rushing per game. I think CMS may have figured out how to run the ball, something that they have not. They were lacking without Justin Edwards. I think they figured something out.
Wow. Chapman just able to squeak by with a win. CMS absolutely brought it to him. And you have to say this CMS side although they didn't get a win, they're going to go home with a lot of pride after a very, very tough game like this one.
Yeah, this is a very gritty win by Chapman. And we talked about it earlier. Coach Shine, I asked him one word to describe his team. He gave me two: brotherhood and grit. And they proved it today.
Yeah, well, that was absolutely electric. We'll take a look at those overtime highlights, and there were so many of them. Obviously, it all started with this blocked kick from CMS. I believe it was Michael Howe who got the block on that one, the leading defensive player with sacks in the SCIAC. And from then on, it was up to the Chapman Panthers offense to make something happen. Obviously, it all started with that excellent touchdown throw to Tyler Shalhoub. But the Panthers responded excellently. And of course, after an excellent pickup from Tyler Pacheco, the Chapman offense was just able to squeak it by. Unfortunately, Tyler Pacheco did pick up an interception, so he won't be too happy with that added to the stat sheet, but nonetheless, the Chapman Panthers add another win, still undefeated in the SCIAC. And now down on the sideline, our very own Tyron. What do you got for us this time?
I'm here with the MVP from Chapman, Tyler Boynton, number 90, defensive lineman. So this game had a lot of implications for the SCIAC playoffs. What was your mindset going to this game?
You know, we come out here, play our best football every game, every weekend. You know, every week we're trying to work hard so we can win the game, and it's 1-0 every week. And so, you know, it's just another game for us, and, you know, we're going to keep pushing and win that championship.
You have about 2 more games left in the regular season. What's your mindset going into these next couple games, and what are you trying to take away from this game?
Hey, be 1-0 each week. You know, nameless, faceless opponent. We're just going to go out and beat whoever we play. So, you know, next 2 games, you know, we're just going to work hard and, you know, make sure we're prepared for each game.
Were there any teammates who you saw that made key plays or really gave you any confidence or momentum during this game?
I named every single guy who stepped on the field tonight. Notably, I got Andrew Buck, I got Colin Brophy, I got Tyler Hill, and you know, Cal Sieben. Everybody's just making great plays. Us 5 up front, we're unstoppable.
All right. Thanks so much. Congratulations on your win. We're going to take it right back to Lucas and Ethan.
Thank you so much, Tyron, for that great insight as always. And Tyler Boynton, what a performance from the inside D lineman.
He had 12 tackles as an interior defensive lineman. It's not like he's in the middle of the field. Remember that play? 20 yards down the field tackling a slot receiver. His effort was off the charts, and he is a big reason for this Chapman win.
Yeah, well, this has been an excellent display of football here at Wilson Field. Don't tune off just yet. We have a post-game show in, but for now, alongside Ethan Swessinger, Lucas Pan, the commentators for this game, will say so long from Wilson Field and hello to Dodge College in the post-game show.
Welcome back to the studio, everyone. We had an incredibly close game tonight, going into double overtime, but Chapman finally pulled through, the final score being 37-31. We saw Chapman come out with their 5th consecutive win this season. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the game. Robert, let's start with you.
Well, Anna, I just have to say, ain't no party like a Panther party. This Panther team right here, these Chapman Panthers, they delivered tonight. They were able to stick it out through double overtime. For a moment right there, it seemed that CMS had gotten in their heads. It seemed like it had them by the neck almost. But then Chapman didn't let down. We saw those offensive linemen giving pocket protection, and ultimately Tyler Pacheco carrying the spirit of the team and leading Chapman to this decisive victory.
Couldn't have said it better, Robert. You know, CMS started off this half with electricity, you know, with their first play from scrimmage going all the way to the house. Like, I just can't understate how impressive that is to come out. And they followed that with some very stout defense. And in the end, with a controversial ending in regulation, we get an absolute cinematic game right there. And I just really appreciate some overtime football, you know.
Great point, Chad. It's definitely nice to see Chapman pull through now. Let's take a look at the second half highlights.
Yeah, and on this first play right here, we have Cooper Nixon taking the handoff, hit the hole, get to the outside on the left, breaking down the field on the 40, on the 30, on the 20, the 10, breaking another tackle, falling into the end zone. What a strong play. And on the very next possession from Chapman, we have this huge forced fumble right there on the tackle for loss. Luckily, a Chapman lineman was able to jump on that, but that is a massive play. And followed by that, we have another incredible sack right here from Michael Hawk, who's been dominant all season, and that is just incredible right there. Seriously. And then on the play after that, they get home with another sack from Drew Van Homan right there, pressuring Pacheco and getting the sack.
Absolutely, and right here what we have is Tyler Pacheco running the football as always, something that he is famous for, carrying the spirit of this team. Here's another one. Andrew Latu coming in, getting that touchdown right near the end zone. Is there anything he can't do right near that end zone? He was on fire with that tonight. And down now here, the 2-point conversion late in the fourth quarter. Here's Pacheco. Throw over to the tight end. Muzzy now with the reception. Gets a Chapman touchdown for the clutch in the fourth quarter right there. And here's his next play. Here's CMS running the football. They get it in. They drill in right into the end zone. That was by Cooper Nixon right there, the running back for CMS.
Great, thanks guys. Now, after seeing the highlights, Chad, what are some key plays that you noticed?
I mean, that Michael Huck sack, where it was just sack after sack for CMS, was domination. And I think that is really the full potential of this Stags defensive line. You know, Huck, on this season, he is up to 9, before entering this game, he was up to 9 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, and he just picked up his 3rd blocked kick of the season today, which is just ridiculous numbers. That's like prime Aaron Donald right there. He's just in the backfield everywhere, and he's really been a wreck this season.
Absolutely, I have to agree with you. Huck has just demonstrated what a masterclass on defense can be. For a while, it seemed that CMS, I should say, was going to hold the line and put an end to Chapman's life. But then came in Chapman's defense, specifically players like Cade Zimmerman, of course, Tyler Pacheco, pushing through that, getting through CMS's hard defense. And of course, Tyler Boynton leading that Chapman defense forward and denying any more scoring from the CMS side. Tyler Boynton, I think he deserves MVP, rightfully so.
For sure. Now, earlier, you guys were talking about some key players on the field tonight. Robert, I know you're talking about Cade Zimmerman, number 2 for Chapman, and Jad, you're talking about Peter Boehm, number 1 for CMS. So, Jad, how did you see Boehm perform during the second half?
Yeah, and I just have to give him his flowers. He really, in the second half, he was way more poised in that pocket. He stood there confidently, made big throws, and that's leadership right there. That's big playability, and I think he has a bright future.
Bright future indeed. And I have to give credit where credit's due. I sound like a broken record saying this, but I think my key player for the second half has to go over to Tyler Pacheco, that quarterback for Chapman. He ran the ball. He was able to coordinate and get the team spirit up, lifting the team, and I think he delivered tonight. And so I'm going to move my key player for the second half to Pacheco.
Great. Now let's jump into the post-game stats. Robert, what do we got?
Well, given that it was such a close game, you can see from the stats that in terms of touchdowns, Chapman had a few more touchdowns, or excuse me, first downs, 22-20 differential right there, two first down differential. When it came to receiving yards, as we saw early on, big catches by Zimmerman, Fisher Huss, Jackson Muzzy. All those passes by Pacheco were put on display right here. That's why you see Chapman leading with 172 receiving yards. And when it comes to rushing yards, of course, Pacheco, being the mastermind he is at the rushing game, running that football. I think both teams are really good. Obviously, from the CMS side, we saw Cooper Nixon, but Chapman was just able to outlast them.
Thanks, Robert. Now, during halftime, we talked about the other SCIAC games happening tonight. Jad, what do the final scores look like?
Yeah, and Anna and Robert, just a completely unexpected game, like I was saying earlier, from Laverne putting on a show. They were up 26-0 at one point, and that's a great win to build off of to end the season and maybe into next season, and hopefully they can pick up some momentum. And up with Redlands versus Cal Lutheran in a, as we know, massive implications game. Redlands are able to pull off the overtime W. What a great day of SCIAC football.
Great day indeed, and I have to admit it. Redlands did put up a big fight in that overtime game, and now with Redlands having taken that win against Cal Lutheran, Chapman doesn't know who their opponent's going to be going into the SCIAC championship, which, I mean, can we just get a round of applause for this Chapman team making that SCIAC championship? What an achievement tonight. This was Coach Shine's first season as head coach, and look at what's been going of this team. They've been driving through whatever challenges they face, and I think they rightfully deserve to make that championship game.
Great, thank you guys. Now, we had many exciting games going on tonight, but we have an even more exciting game happening next Saturday. It's Chapman's senior night against Pomona Pitzer. We hope you all tune in. Now, that's all from us here in the studio tonight. I'm your host, Anna Zeminski. Thank you to the crew. Thank you for everyone in the stands, and thank you, of course, to everyone watching. I was joined tonight by Jad Nizam and Robert Ariana. Have a great night, everyone.